Hello, baby gangsters. This is Calvin, also known as Romer, and we are back in this volcano. And today we're using Relaxed Poofed. That's the name of my team. The music here is absolutely stunning. So we have to raise the phlogiston barrier. Honestly, like, I would be... Oh, there they are again. Look at them. I didn't even notice them last time. It might be a good idea, legitimately, I'd say, to have a team with Kenichi on it. It seems like this is a very Kenichi area. And like, honestly, like, maybe like, I was gonna use their team, but maybe like there's a reason why I had this there, and poor Jean like has to be taken off Jean squad, but like she's there in spirit. But yeah, it's probably a good idea to have Kenichi on the team, right? At least that's what I'm getting from this. Yeah, let's do this stuff. Like, yes, you can use the Saurians, but like, I'd rather kind of use, you know, my own character, because it's a lot more smooth. So where the hell do we shoot this now? Or do we just bring it with us? Is there no, because usually there's like a place we like shoot it into, right? Over there. Oh, wow. Oh, very cool. Very cool. So do we use this to like activate something? Do we shoot this at something like that? Energy storage medium retrieved. Continuing restoration. So we have to continue doing this, I'm guessing. And we got a chest for our troubles. Now I was... Oh, they're very nice. Thank you. That was so kind to the game, right? I love the way Genshin does think of this as well. Like, think of that stuff.
Worthless pile of garbage.
Stop yapping. Just take it or leave it.
And like, the reason I think that's like such an important thing for them to think about that type of stuff sometimes is that it seems very small, but some games will forget to do that stuff. Some games do not give a damn if you're about to fall. You know what I mean? Oh, wow. Secret... Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's hard to read this stuff as it's going by so fast. I've kind of like, Yeah, so we have to make use of them as they pass through the barrier, I think is what they're getting at here. But no, legitimately, like, it's... Yeah, but we have to wait for them to come back through, right? Is that what we have to do? Unless we have to like follow them out here, right? But I thought it was gonna be, maybe I just assumed they were gonna be doing the loop. But let's go follow them, I guess. Yeah, no, like, with the text going across the bottom of the screen, the Prince of our tribe, true traitor. Are you truly qualified to lead? See, there's so much text that goes by, and it's so sad that it goes by so fast. I think we need to actually be the one, the Saurians, or we can just do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I love Genshin to death, and it's like literally like only ever my only ever critique of Genshin ever is legitimately. No, not my only ever critique. There's other critiques I've had before as well. But one of my main critiques will always be like that. The text going by so fast. And it seems like it's nothing. I totally understand for some people's perspective it is nothing, right? But like, I love reading the stuff and I love reading the lore and it goes by so fast and I really want to read more of it. Like, see, even now it's going by, right? You know, there's so much stuff going by on the screen and I understand, like, okay, this is fine, they do it. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'd love if they like had it on the screen for a bit, or even pause the game. You can pause the game. I know some people would get upset by them pausing the game over and over again. Formation requires a satisfying preparation to activate formation. Okay. I guess, like, you know, I can't, you know, it's just my take that I would love for them to even pause the game.
Let night fall.
I know that it wouldn't be for everybody. So fun.
Everybody stand down.
I'm gonna get to this crit as we're going down as well. This is still one of my favorite things. Like, it's so impactful. You feel the shot as it's going down. With Kenichi helping out too, very, very awesome. And of course Fischl and Benny. Fischl, it's so funny, like, I got Fischl and Benny so early and still they're like staples for my team. Like, I don't think there's many times when I'm away from those two characters. show you of you. Official, you're the best.
Worthless pile of garbage.
Stop yapping, just take it or leave it.
This is not a bad team. I know like the Dendro aspect isn't like, you know, perfect, but it's still fine to have on the team. Keep raising the imbecilic repair barrier, so they're not a big fan of this repair barrier here. So we got this, and then we gotta shoot it into that. Okay. Oh, we showed up at the cutscene, that's awesome. Very bad would be considered a mild endorsement of this place. I'm trying to read it as well. An obsession with powers will lead to the situation you see now. Dressing a beggar in the finest silks. Is that like implied the idea of like you can, you know, you can do all this fancy stuff for these you can do all this you can call yourself, I wonder if it's like a thing, it's like where you can like you know, obtain power, right? Maybe. I know I could be wrong here. You can obtain power, but like if you're still just like someone who is like a lowly being, it is just dressing something up in nothingness. Wait, so how do we do this, I wonder? So if we put that back there, right? Will it go back there? Yes. So if I go over here like this,
10 points
this is
for
interesting.
agility.
Is there something I can shoot it into here? Because there's no way we're getting out of there from here, unless they want us to go back here. No, because you can't get out there either. Through here? Open up there. Open up. Please open up. I wonder how you do this. Activate? So if you activate the fire, maybe. 1 second. Put that back there for a second. Is there something up above? No, it was just to do that. Okay, so if you activate that fire... What if we go through here a little bit quicker, like a little bit further, see what's down here? There must be some way to get it. Look at these guys! Oh my god. Even a prince has no right to behave in this manner. Oh, we have this here. Maybe we have to... Oh, okay, I see it now. So maybe we have to go through here. Activate this as well. I'll take this. Did that do something? Let's see. Now that we activated both... Wait, see, look, it's there, right? There's something there. Oh, wait. Maybe we have to, like, get it through that grate there. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Knock over that, thank you. Yes. That makes more sense than what I was doing. Okay, perfect. And that's probably a way to get across the phlogiston then? I'm guessing? Yeah, look at this. Incredible. That is a way to get out across the phlogiston. Oh my god. Oh, don't come out again. It's blocked off. You can't come out. Oh my god. Look at it. Can I run under you for fun? Okay, no, I'm sorry. I was like, can I have a bit of fun here? Okay, I guess we can run under it. That is so legit cool. That is such a freaking cool thing. This whole area is so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm always so impressed by the world quest in this game. For sure. We're back here now. Oh yeah, because we have to shoot this into whatever the remaining thing is. Is that over? Is that what we have to do it into? Over there? I'm sure it will lead us right to it, right? Yeah, yeah, right there. The game's very good at doing this stuff. But now we might drop down. The Abyss Shield's over as permanent has been purified. Let's go over here like this now. So where do we...
Worthless pile of garbage.
Stop yapping, just take it or leave
Here.
it.
Okay, perfect. At least not its entirety. It's a vessel that requires activation. Oh god. This might be tough with Shao, but we can do it. We can definitely do it. And I'm very happy to fight Rift Hounds. Wait, are they trying to destroy the barrier? Avoid contact. I'm already falling. Avoid contact with the purification barriers. So you have to go down as like the purification barriers are going down. Is that it? Because they're trying to purify, obviously, the... Oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, they're trying to purify the Rift Hounds that are in here, right? The Abyss. This is so cool. Like, look at that. Legitimately such a cool thing. Oh, no, I didn't mean... Oh, no, I didn't mean to... Oh, God. Oh, God. Incinerated by the golden light. That is insane. When's the last time we got a minigame that killed us like that instantly? It's so cool though. So legitimately cool. So we have to let them like we just have to not touch the flame until they purify all the Rift Hounds. Really cool minigame, really cool idea. Look at what it's doing to the Rift Hounds. So neat. So neat. Let it drop down here below as well. Oh my god. There we go. When we see when the color is brought back into the area, into these places, then we can definitely like come down here. Oh god, it's so close, like here. Oh my god. Come on, here? We can drop down here? Yes, we can. Is that it? And we just go down here. Perfect. What a freaking fun minigame. Like, legitimately. Oh! Cleaning complete. It literally is just a cleansing of, like, these abyss creatures. Dome person carry out final restoration. So cool. So cool. Ooh, that's a wrap. Finally, I guess we have a permit to enter the heart of the sacred mountain or whatever now. No, I said before, this is merely a permit's empty shell. A device made from a single scale bereft of any information concerning its owner cannot be converted into a permit. Otherwise, would it not have been some sort of master key to be used in any old dragon? Quickly, bring the dragon of suitable status to the stand? Where are we supposed to find a dragon? Hey, wait, does Mikey count? Mikey could be a dragon, right? Not at the moment, no. Not at the moment, though. Then what do we do? Long ago, after the great sovereign entered the heart of the sacred mountain, there were some who had the authority to, yet did not activate this permit. Perhaps this conspicuous specimen was placed here for that very purpose. Maybe. So we have to go over here. Long ago in a more prosperous age when flourishing... Okay, I'm trying to read it myself. Expanding the limits of the known world, okay. The celestial nail reshaping the world.
Antagonistic. Just ignore him when he's mouthing off. Don't let him get under your skin.
I dare you to release me and say that to my face!
No racist will break the shackles of strength. What? I think I have to... We have to read through all this again. I'm gonna have to go back and record all this.
Here's how I allocate my energy on a job. 70% goes to investigating. 10%
Yeah,
to
it's gone by
making
so
a
fast. I'm
final
gonna have to like
decision,
record it because this
and
looks
the
really
remainder
important.
for execution.
In fact, we can do it here, like that. Oh man, that was a lot of text. Oh, look how pretty this is. Look at this. Holy hell. The lights, the freaking scenery, everything. Oh my god, it looks so beautiful. Like with the sun coming down on it as well, or like at least coming above the clouds. There it is, the engraving light that can activate the scale. That is the permit. This is gorgeous. Wow. We can definitely look back on what they said here in this moment here, right? Just don't listen to Cal. I'll probably mute this anyway. Here we go. I'll mute this so I don't have to listen to myself, and I'll remember to mute this too. So those who are ambitious filled their hearts and gazed beyond the sky itself and devoted their thoughts to expanding the limits of the known world. So like people who wanted more than what they had in their own lives, I suppose, as well. But in the end, there's always a limit to power. When the abyss swallowed the dark-winged lord, the celestial nail reshaped the world and the laws that governed it. So like the laws changed at that point as well. The boundaries of that race that had so coveted the great power suddenly collapsed. The dreams of old became echoes of void. Those who once soared on majestic wings now scrabbled in the dirt. So is this saying like the dragons who once were like these amazing creatures after the celestial nail dropped? We know this with Apep, right? Apep talks about how the world changed after all this stuff as well. It was no longer the world, I suppose, fully for dragons. And it was taken away from them. Yet even so, no race is willing to break the shackles. No race is willing to break the shackles that strength imposes and tread the path of minor change. They were lost in their games of authority and power. That's interesting. The world of old should have been extinguished long ago. A new beginning should have been welcomed. In a world reborn, there will be no place for such imbeciles to reside. So they're saying that, like, in a rebirth of a world, the old world that's built upon the old world, people who he sees as imbeciles. And I guess in that sense, it would be people that like are too caught up in the idea of authority and fighting over authority are the ones that wouldn't even be in this new world. And Rar, Mikey giving the great input. Those incompetent fools watched and did nothing as their king marched towards his own grave, unable to honor their beloved master with a glorious death. So, is this talking about Quetzalcoatl? And they're talking about like they just watched and did nothing. They did nothing to intervene. In terms of his like experimentation stuff as well. Even in such times, they placed their hopes in a king who would never again regain his faculties, praying that he would emerge once more and solve all their troubles. So they thought like he was going to come back and he was going to solve everything once and for all. Mikey with the Roo. Very well placed. A race reliant on protection of the strong, a fragile world that cannot survive without the mighty. Do such things need to exist? So is he saying that like, are you saying that are you saying humans or dragons eventually had to survive, needed the strong to survive? This is kind of confusing for me. A little bit confusing for me, I'll be honest. But I wanted to read it again. Perhaps this world should have long ago been cleansed by the flames of rebirth, which not agree. So he's saying that he believes that this world should have been gone long ago, I think. But again, please, help me understand that as well. You can see the whole sacred city from here. It's gorgeous. It's so pretty. Indeed, the shadow of a glorious unhappy past. You wish to know the final outcome of that trial? Of course, those who called for a sacred judgment knew that the master of all light and flame was simply feigning death. But when the true king, only occasionally clear-minded, made an appearance in the flesh, the 13 lords and 3 princes who before could not stop speaking hastily withdrew their words, and the whole trial descended into a farce and thus dissolved. Later on, the 3 princes would be slain in battle against humanity, while 10 of the 13 lords fell when the sacred city of Tolan collapsed. So, and then with one remaining, Shishin Utuka, but one lord survives to the present day, though doubtless not in the form that I would have wished to maintain. Alright, let's continue into the heart of the sacred mountain. There all lies buried, including a yearning for journey's end. My duty should soon be discharged in full. Chosen of dragons, if only you could have seen this place to the fullest splendor, its truest beauty. Go touch the flame engraved light. Win permission to reach the sacred mountain's heart. Oh my god. Let's get this. Let's get it. Oh, and they're gone now again. Gone again. Pine was just getting used to using that name. Still, the permit to enter the heart of the sacred mountain is ours at last. So we got a permit. Okay. The light in the sight is gone. Yeah, it was such a blindingly gorgeous, like heavenly light. It really was. Oh, nice chest here. Did we get 2 chests? Oh, we did.
What this pile of garbage?
So we have now to go
Just take it
to.
or leave it.
Do we just do this one as well? In order to uncover the path of the sacred mountain, it appears you must cleanse the abyss. Okay, so I think we have to do all 3, right? Is that right? Because it's not on the map right now, I don't think. Yeah, I think we have to do all 3. So you have to cleanse the abyss. Look at this dragon just freaking going by here. Not a bother on him at all. Is this right? Yeah, because look, it's down here. Whoa. Wait, it's not letting us go all the way down? Is that right? Because it's supposed to be here, so if we go here, it's not there. Yeah, okay, sorry, my bad. So we actually have to go to here. Yeah. So before we go any further with this, there is some stuff that I missed, and I actually got the help of some patrons to look for some of this stuff. This is just something like I didn't even think, like I think I saw these around the place, but I didn't even think to like go near them because I thought they were kind of just like set pieces, I guess, or maybe like I just forgot because it's been like I've done this over 2 weeks, I suppose. But like I think I saw this and I was just like, that's a cool thing, you know, but I think this actually gives us information on something I was kind of confused about, which was the lore of the lords, I think, or this is what I've been told anyway. So agenda motion for the execution of sovereign ruler 9 Ajikotsi Ikismil Wakax attendees. So this is like a meeting of, because look, yeah, look, there's like numbers. So was this a meeting of all the dragon lords? CL1 Valiant 1 Nimilaj Kubavhan. Then number 2 Jade Maiden, the Jade Maiden. Jela Kulaha. 03 Weaver of Secrets Kemono Jastem Ox. CL05 Bestower of Bitter Springs is such a sick name. Kasta Jibal Shamahu. Toxic Rain Over Boundless Forest, AJ Aj Kojik Kamikabal Uk. Sorry, some of these nicknames are insane. Priestess of Flora, Candles, and Skyborn Feathers, that's the one you want to meet out of all of them. And that's the one that it was talking about, right? The execution of this one. And then Murmuring Spring is the other name of the other one. So the record begins. So CL01, which would be the Valiant one, demand that you explain yourself immediately to 12th Lord. What is the meaning of this? Against all expectation, you will call for the execution of your own flesh and blood at such a critical hour. And then number 12, which is the Murmuring Spring, says, Venerable Speaker, what kind of explanation do you wish for? Those words I wish to speak, the words I must speak, have already been made clear in my proposal. And then he's talking about, once again, the priestess, right? The priestess of floral candles. Custodian of Kumajakare accused the 8th Lord among us of betraying our kind and thus request our immediate execution. Instead of pressing me yet again on matters you already know, why not first question the 8th Lord herself to see what she might have to say in her sense? So he's saying that she betrayed Dragonkind. I have no intention of defending myself. If any of you believe I have betrayed our kind and defiled our sovereign vision, so it is I'm guessing it is the dragon sovereigns, then cast your vote from execution. Only a weakling would waste words on such matters. So she's like, has a very beautiful name, but she's like clearly very tough here as well. And then he says, "How dignified your haughty grace, my dear sister, yet as I see it, you are merely grasping for an excuse, one you cannot find, to explain your own betrayal. How else would you justify why the human you keep, that vile weaver, the brazen harbor of degenerates, we had exiled, that insect who dared trespass upon our domain, who you dare call daughter, who wields a weapon forged by dragon smiths, has chosen to follow in Xbalanque's path, so the first Pyro Archon." So she had a daughter who was maybe dragon-born, but like, or maybe related to the dragons, that was considered a human, and assisting in slaughtering our kin. So they're Xbalanque and his fight with the dragons, or like, you know, because he was the one who slayed Quetzalcoatl. And why even now do you continue to tolerate your savagery rather than cast out yourself? Is that not so? Our ever venerable paragon priestess of Flora, Candles, and Skyborn Feathers. So he's worried that, like, you know, because right now there's clearly, and this is what I meant before when they said there was a battle with humanity, and we saw this before with like Xbalanque, like already, you know, he was the one who, like, you know, when he became reborn from a dragon's heart, like there was like a battle with these dragons as well. But this puts a lot more into the context of that too. "You name me a traitor, 12th Lord. If I truly were one, you would be now lying at my feet, begging for mercy to save your pitiful life." Jesus. "As for my beloved daughter, you have no right to make such accusations. She has chosen her path just as I have chosen to remain loyal to our sovereign. If a weak worm like you cannot even kill her or maintain the territory granted by our sovereign, then that is your fault, neither mine nor hers." So this is like this is kind of like a mentality that dragons seem to have a lot of, or at least like we saw this from the Dragon Sage of Fire, at least, right? Where he truly saw, like, the dragons were a very proud race of people, race of creatures that were, like, very powerful, and they created civilizations, they did all this stuff, and they saw themselves as, like higher beings, right? And then there's kind of this mentality sometimes where they focus so much on the idea of, like, authority and power and stuff like this, where then they kind of, like, look to each other, and it's like, if you can't even, like, defeat me or this girl, then you have no right to even, like, you don't have a right to this territory, right? It's like, it's almost like this mentality of, like, to be like, if you're not powerful enough, then you don't deserve this stuff in life. If you're not like a great dragon, then you're proving that you don't deserve this territory. And I feel like that's been like something we've seen as common throughout the entire, like, story of the dragons that we've seen, especially in Natlan, which is, again, a proud civilization that really valued the idea of their higher selves and how they saw dragons. And then obviously, like, through time, they were seen as maybe getting weaker, or they lost a lot of the luster, like when the nails fell to the ground. Sorry if I'm being, like, all over the place. I like being all over the place a little bit too, though, because it's kind of fun. When the nails fell to the ground, everything changed there as well. We saw that, like, you know, there is dragons that are still alive and very, very proud. You know, like Pep still to this day, to me, like, it feels like they kind of, like, uphold a lot of these mentalities too. But it's very interesting that she would say something like this, because it, to me, lines up a lot with, like, what we saw so far with, like, the dragon mentality. And then I too refute your accusation, 12th Lord. The human named Xbalanque is a powerful warrior worthy of our respect. So at this point, then, did they not even know that there was a battle with humanity, or there was, like, any dragons being slayed, or is this just, like, something that they thought Xbalanque was going to do? Even in my eyes, he has shown himself worthy of facing me in combat, and of my killing him in person. This is, in fact, that you should respect. So they respected Xbalanque because he was so tough, even if he was. I wonder if this is a case that, like, the dragons, like, were like, we know he's killing dragons. We know the dragons are battling with humanity right now, but I respect him because he is so powerful. That humanity's offspring would flock to his banner is a natural idea that a plant would turn towards the sun, or that its seeds would drift along the wind. This stands beyond reproach, and certainly does not constitute treason. So he's saying, so CLO1, which was the Valiant one, he's saying that, like, it's only natural that her daughter would want to follow, like, a human would want to follow this powerful human, because they, again, value this idea of being, like, higher beings, and the idea of, like a hierarchy, right? And if they see someone who is, like, truly powerful, like Xbalanque, they're probably gonna, like, respect that in a lot of ways too, right? You speak in puny humanity's defense. We have CLO7, which is Toxic Rain. I have no intention of defending anyone, Seventh Lord. My words are crystal clear. Surely as my teeth gleam with brilliance of gemstones, I esteem the formidable enemy named Shablanka, just as I long to tear open his chest in glorious battle. So there we go. And to bathe my very heart in his blood, I have respect for his nobility. So so it's just him. He respects his power. So that's why he wants to like defend him. Not defend him. He wants to like fight him. If you call this a defense, I would not mind defending your honor either, Seventh Lord. I request your pardon. It was not my intent to provoke you. So he basically, like, the Valiant one said to the Toxic Rain one, if you see a betrayal as wanting me to kill you in battle, let's do a betrayal. You know what I mean? Or if you see defending your honor as a me wanting to kill you in battle, then let me defend your honor, CL07. Such outrageous proposal itself is in front of the chamber of deliberation. I too do not consider following Shablanka to be an unforgivable crime. Perhaps you should call for my execution as well. CL02, which is the Jade Maiden, beautiful name as well. The 8th Lord speaks the truth in this matter. If you cannot defeat even a puny human 12th Lord, then truly you all deserve to perish. They had such a crazy mentality with these ideas, right? And again, it's understandable because where you look at if you follow where the dragons went, and how they spoke about themselves and stuff like this. But it's also super interesting the idea that it's very clear to me that from the start, this made sense. It's if you can't defend against a human, then you don't deserve to have your. And again, I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm saying that there is this mentality amongst them, which a few of them, which is if you can't beat even a human, who they believe were lower than themselves, right? In a lot of cases as well. Which again, dragons versus humans, you're talking about dragons were once the rulers of this place. If you can't defend against a human, then you don't even deserve to have your territory. You would deny her betrayal too, Jade Maiden? I would not deign to label the 8th Lord a traitor, yet my regard for you, 8th Lord, does not sway me sufficiently to reject this proposal either. Even if the possibility of your betrayal is but 1 in 100,000, that sliver of corruption is enough to repulse me. Pure primal flames brooks not the slightest speck of impurity, and well, you know this too. I know that well indeed. Were I in your position, 2nd Lord, my choice would be the same. Very well. You almost stir me in a pang of regret. 8th Lord. In fact, perhaps I have already begun to feel it. So vote count was CL02, CL05, CL07, CL12 for 4, and against was CL01, CL08, and CL03. Finally, tally in favor was 4 against, 2 against, and 1 abstention, and consensus reach record ends. So it was in favor. So they were executed. So even though they were hey, it's interesting that the Jade Maiden, kind of didn't come to the defense of them, right? They just said that you should be able to beat a human, but at the same time voted in favor of the execution because the actual idea of a betrayal against dragons and your own kind repulsed her, absolutely repulsed her. And I feel again, that's another mentality of dragons are all powerful. We deserve, dragons are powerful creatures, and we are higher beings. And in this sense, it's it disgusts them so much. It disgusts her so much, and I think it's such sorry I'm all over the place. I am trying to kind of pack everything together myself. It's the idea that it's not that it disgusts her so much, but it was I truly believe that you should be able to defeat a human. Why are you not able to defeat a human? Right? Of all creatures, you should be able to defeat a human. You know what I mean? And then, but at the same time, it's yeah, but if there's even a chance of a sliver of a betrayal, it disgusts me. So betraying the dragons disgusts him, but also there's another one over there, okay? But also at the same time, it's also kind of repulses him that you're not able to defeat a human, right? It repulses him, honestly. Oh my god, here we have another one. We have another one here. These are so interesting to me. Okay, so number BCL13097, agenda neutralization of human settlements. Oh wow. Attendees, and then we have all the names again, so we can. But this time we have Bonebreaker here with us as well. And Chronicler of End Times was here too. This is pre-execution, I guess, as well. If this was an execution for Priestess for Volcano, so all 13 are here. Yeah. Now that all the lords are present, let us begin. Before we start, allow me to ask, where's the fourth lord isn't here? I can't count. If memory serves, AJ Alcoa Kulikuli has been absent from the session of this council for quite some time. Tell me, Speaker, is that disdainful, descended, decrepit old thing still holed up in his lonely citadel atop the high cliffs? So they're like insulting him like crazy here. And this is the Jade Maiden. Lost is his futile research on the phlogiston of life, or has he already perished like the 6th and 10th lords drowned in his own folly? So wait, am I like... Man, I'm so silly. I was like, I guess I just thought all 13 was here because it said 13. I just did a quick overview of it. 6 and 10 aren't here either. It's not full 13 here. So he's trying to do research on the phlogiston of life here. The Valiant One says, according to the Fourth Lord, the research he has been undertaking has now reached a critical juncture. As such, he has been unable to participate in recent councils. Seal 11, which is the Mirror of the Dawning Morn. I doubt it. He is merely looking for an excuse to neglect his duties. If he truly loved his research so much, why not relinquish his title as sovereign ruler and instead serve under the regent, who seems to share his facile obsession with technology? So what we're seeing here as well, there's like titles and names, there's like lords, there's princes, as we saw earlier. There is a full-on like hierarchy and royalty here as well, it feels like as well, because if you have a regent, like it is talking about like, you know, actual titles within the kingdom as well. And there's also a system in which you can like go up or down in that system as well. The Valiant One says, watch your tone, 11th Lord, is absolutely not hinder the proceedings of this vote. And then Seal 07, who is the Toxic Rain, says, let him run to the main speaker, begin his deliberations. Let us proceed. This session has been convened upon the initiative of the 5th Lord, who proposes that in the interest of mitigating the risk of rebellion and ensuring long-term prosperity, stability, and peace, the sovereign rulers implement a neutralization of human settlements exceeding a certain scale within each of the respective territories. Should consensus be reached, even abstainers will be bound to uphold the council's decision. Let the session commence. So, neutralization sounds like a nice way of saying let's get rid of some of these settlements, or at least like destroy them to the point that they can't fight, I suppose. Yeah. CLO 5 says, comrades, brothers and sisters, esteemed sovereign rulers, hear my words. As you all know, of the 13 sovereign lords who govern Natlante, 2 have already fallen to humanity's schemes. My reasons for bringing forth this proposal need no further elaboration. So are they talking about 2 of the dragon lords or 2 of the princes? I only hope that you will not continue to ignore the truth. At this very moment, the species known as humanity has become a threat to our noble kind. The propagation and expansion have far exceeded our initial predictions, and now they've even stolen the secrets of wielding phlogiston. Admittedly, so that's phlogiston led to elemental power, right? So I wonder if that's where it started to lead to there. Admittedly, their understanding of phlogiston remains as crude as aphids, yet the heights to which their overweening arrogance and ambition soar may be compared to that detestable reaver from beyond the skies. If left unchecked, the kindling of rebellion will only grow more dangerous. As such, I, AJ Kastajibal, Kamal Hola Kuli, overseer of A. Pulik, proposed to his council to keep their numbers within controllable range, which is basically like killing a bunch of them, right? And this is like an actual like horrible war tactic, which is before anyone can fight back, remove the ones that can fight back, you know? We must periodically neutralize human settlements within our domains by incinerating the excess. Clearly, such a course of action would require coordination among all present, lest the humans and their cunning malevolence flee across the territories and doing so escape the ordnance fate. This is horrible, thereby undermining the effectiveness of such measures. I understand there is a fear, and like honestly, like it turns out to be like in a lot of cases maybe like a very fruitful fear, but this would like be a geno side. I have to break up the words because YouTube will pick it up on a mass scale, because you're talking about like he says get rid of the excess, but you know, even that is going to be like an absolute destruction of humanity and people and children and all this stuff. It is horrific to even think about. CLO 2, which is the Jade one, right? The 6th and the 10th lords fell to their own weakness. So no, it was okay. Yeah, they said earlier. Fine. I was just wondering if, because I remember 3 princes also fell as well. And incompetence. I've read the reports compiled by the servants, and I can find no better word to describe them than disgraceful. The 6th Lord has bested in combat by your human, then felled by a single arrow to the throat. Jesus. The 10th Lord's fate has even more contemptible deceived into mistaking a crude human for imitation of jade for my token, then end up being sealed alive in the mountains. You should be grateful to the humans who killed him, for they could be brought such low creatures. What right did they have to sit amongst the sovereign rulers? So they're saying here that like the 6th and the 10th Lord were killed by humans, so they don't even, so the humans did him a favor. That's so crazy. The matter at hand has nothing to do with how they perished, Jade Maiden. Do not mistake me, 5th Lord. I do not stand in opposition to your proposal. On the contrary, I will cast my vote in its favor, of course, for humanity is worthy of neither our clemency nor our tolerance. Yet still, I do find your reasoning sound. If the day ever comes when humans truly imperil our kind, it would prove to it would but prove that our kind have indeed grown too weak. And in their decline, they would deserve to only kneel before the subjugators and accept destined destruction, for there be no need nor possibility to seek an alternative. The strong endure, the weak perish, and that is an eternal truth among this world. So that's what we were learning about earlier with the, remember the stuff that was said to us on the elevator? It was talking about the idea of like how like they're so focused on this hierarchy and so focused on this idea of like who's the strongest, and they're so focused on the idea of like how, you know, we're stronger and if we don't, you know, and who's stronger and all this stuff, that it like kind of blinded them to the idea of like a way to like kind of get past all this without the fall of Tolan, I suppose. In my view anyway. I abstain, CLO3 says. Who CLO3 is Weaver of Secrets. I have a secret. I abstain. Where were we now? Here we go. I abstain. The fate of these soulless creatures bound to star signs does not concern me. Do with them as you will. So this is kind of an interesting thing as well. It's like, I don't even care about the humans. Oh, 9. I should too abstain, 5th Lord. Surely you do not truly hope to persuade us that these wretched insects, these creatures who know not but to cower in darkness and slaughter one another without end, will one day suddenly unite, that they might march upon the sacred city, which not even the usurper of the sky could shake. Such absurd hysteria from a dragon, such loathsome cowardice, unworthy of even my defiance. We know that the city fell after a battle with humanity. We know this. It was talked to us about it earlier, that we were a little bit confused about it, but now like this gives us context to it as well. So it's kind of like so like, it's almost like a movie. The way these guys were like, surely this will never happen. If this happens, and then there's other guys being like, if this happens, we deserve it to happen. It's such like, I love hearing from these dragons, even if I disagree with them on a lot of stuff. It's so interesting hearing from them. CL13, you and your arrogance are truly loathsome, 9th Lord. If you do not support this lofty-minded proposal, then go wriggle back to your beloved children, Chijin Ucha. Continue there in self-deception. So that's the remaining Dragon Lord. Pretending your land will never be threatened by these insects, for even the most witless ants would not be so foolish as to burrow into that bone-chilling well of yours. You dare mock me, you wretched worm. So this was the one who was on trial last time. Or is it the same name as last time? Let me just see this now, unless like because I'm kind of confused with the execution part. It is the same one, so maybe this is pre that, or maybe it wasn't even execution. Maybe I got it wrong, but where's CLO8 here? There we go. Conspire 13 Lord, the ruler of the Chishin Utoka has spoken nothing but the truth. If humanity cannot be, so wait, this is CLO9 is the only surviving one then? Is that what we're getting from this? The ruler of Chishin Utoka has spoken nothing but the truth. If humanity cannot be eradicated entirely, such drastic measures will only backfire in the end. Rather than pacifying them as you intend, you will only spur them on and cease their incessant fighting and unite against us. That will happen. If that is your proposal, 5th Lord, then for the future of our kind, I stand in firm opposition to this folly. They're 100% correct in the sense of like, if you attack a bunch of people, it might be their kids, it might be whatever, but they're going to unite eventually and fight back. It will happen. People get tired of subjugation and being put down below other people. It will happen. You stray from the topic, 7 Lord. Furthermore, CLO7. The priestess of Volcano and Skyrim Fighters will lecture us on the future of our kind. I remind you, 8th Lord, that Jews hold no standing in this matter, for you are long since forsaken your duty and kin to misguided partiality of humanity. So they believe that she was at this point they thought as well you were already like on humanity's side. To this day, you have yet to explain why you employed a dragon artisan of your domain to forge a longbow for your little human pet. Was this not a blatant overstepping of your mandate? You stray from the topic, 7 Lord. Furthermore, my actions were sanctioned by our sovereign, and I've never met or exceeded that mandate. Oh, no explanation, still weak. Jesus, you need not explain yourself to others, for already I have grasped your full intent. Indeed, as the 8th Lord has stated, such drastic measures can hardly be deemed inefficient. Humanity should instead be manipulated into regulating their own numbers. So this is, he's saying like, hey, maybe instead they should be like convinced to not have as much babies. We need only select and support certain individuals from the shadows, bestowing upon them necessary resources to aid and seize power over the tribes. So send like spies into the tribe and like gain power? With such support, they needs to be shepherded into betraying their own kin. No, he's not saying don't have children. He's saying literally have them like leave and betray them. Driven by their intent and vanity and need to secure their tenuous positions, willingly they should foment conflict with other tribes, spilling one another's blood and shattering whatever fragile trust they may have existed between them. This alone shall suffice, so why go into unnecessary expense to expand our own resources and far less efficient plan? So yeah, saying send in spies, have them like kind of break everything from inside, and yeah. One might also have mistaken such feeble words for self-conceited ramblings of some human whelp, 12 Lord. Have you spent so much time on the fawning livestock in your domains that you have not forgotten our way? Have you fallen so low as to measure your wit against insects, disdaining even to hunt them for yourself? I have no interest in responding to your infantile insults. So again, they're trying to like insult each other by saying they're like so close to humans, which again to them they see as an insult. Does mindless senses who spend their lives groveling in the dust have more worth than this senseless drivel? Of course. You may hunt as you will, that right is beyond dispute. However, out of genuine respect and concern for my brethren, I sincerely hope that you do not follow in the footsteps of the 6th and 10th lords who foolishly squander their not so lofty lives out sheer arrogance and folly. So they believe that they were arrogant. You. Silence, all sovereign rulings have spoken, the vote shall be held. So in favor of this absolute murder, they won. So consensus is not reached. Okay, so it has to be unanimous? No, because it's 3 abstentions, 2 against, and 5 in favor, so it counts as maybe... Yeah. So I want to see over here now as well. I want to go back to the other one we saw as well. So what we learned from that, like, again, is more like personality stuff, and like we learned about the battle with humanity that like, because we know that happened. But at this point, there was like worries about humanity already doing something pretty... you know, of humanity uniting, and they thought that like if there was more destruction, it would unite humanity against them as well. Some of them believed that like there was like if humanity did attack us and did win against us, then we deserve to be subjugated, which is so crazy. But then also there was a belief that like they should be like toned down a bit because eventually they would like their numbers would get too big and they would be able to fight back against us. And, you know, Xbalanque is probably a good example of, like, someone who was, like, they believed was truly powerful. And they already also believed as well that, I just want to see 6 here. No, they were, so at this point, they were already gone. At this point, 6 and, yeah, they already died at this point. So we don't know, yeah, so the order, that makes sense, 100%. And the remaining Lord is, if I can actually, wait, should we actually, like... I should have checked that again. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. We're going to be going back and forth in between this as well. But yeah, such like cool information as well that we got there as well. I'm so consistently impressed with like the world quest here. And yeah, I do apologize for not being like as attentive with that as well. I think like sometimes it just happens where like I oh, we could have used Kenichi to get up here. I think sometimes it happens where like you just miss stuff, right? And that's fine. That's fine. But I went into like Patreon in between the videos, and I was like, "Hey, can you?" And I asked for like some explanation stuff. Now I have like some like I have like such a wide variety of patrons and their interests and stuff. I guess you know what I mean. And like depending on what they can help out with, and it's so great that I can just like post something in the Patreon chats and like in a spoiler-free fashion, they will help me with anything. So which one was the one that is? Here we go. So it's CL09. So is that the remaining Lord, the one that's left? Chronicle of the End Times? Because remember he said that, I believe he said that was the only one that was left, but he said not in the way that he would want them to be, right? Yeah. So yeah, this was like so interesting as well. I love seeing this like other aspects of their like civilizations, right? Like the idea of like the work that they were putting on as well, what they thought of the humans at this time. The fear that some of them had, the desire for destruction and hunting that they had as well, the weaknesses that they felt that the other dragons had. At this point, you can already see like the cracks that they had in this stuff too, and like you know, people thought they accepted the idea of like destruction. There was like the idea of like these humans are so low that like you know, you'd be able to like manipulate them so easily. Now we know that Tolan fell in a battle with humanity, so we know this. So we have only that to really like go on with that too. Now, this is great stuff. I also got some other stuff here as well, and I appreciate it so much that patrons help me out with this too. I believe there's something over here that I missed as well, so we'll go over and check that too. Because there's different information you get around this game too that like is kind of like everything, I suppose. Like it's all like there's like little bits and pieces that really add up to everything. So it's really obviously sometimes difficult to find everything, but we'll make an attempt to. Is it over here it's supposed to be? Or here? Oh, okay, so maybe we have to get rid of this abyss stuff here. Oh yeah, we have to become the big boys to do this, don't we? Yeah. Yeah, like I'm in love with learning about these, learning about the dragons. And again, I do love that, like as well, like a lot of like this stuff is still left to like a lot of interpretation as well, which I'm like pretty happy about. Because oh god. And there, and then it unlocks this. Okay, fine, perfect. That's why I didn't see this for sure. So this says, there are the worlds of the sovereign ruler. So this is one of the dragon lords. As such a frightful foe these humans are. So weak as unable to withstand a single blow, yet even as their skin sloughs off and corroding corpses, more of them can rise up to take their place. Do they feel no fear? Do they feel a tremble in the face of death? Does not panic afflict them? Nor despair consume their hearts? My lungs are pierced to breathe in agony. These humans who would end me. Did the bright light that fills their eyes once shine from ours? Indeed, my lord. That was a time when we had yet to abandon our glory. So, the way that they're talking about the humans here is that it's like, hey, they're like pretty weak. They're not strong in any way. Like their bodies are not strong, but it's very clear that they saw like that their will was so strong as well. And I think that's like a very common thing about humanity when it comes to Genshin even, but like in most stories in media, it's a very common thing when it comes to humanity as well. Whereabouts are we going now? Is it down here? I think it is. Yeah, and we have to head up here. It's the idea that like humanity is it is weak. Humans are weak. The idea of humanity is weak. But there is a lot of them and they have a lot of passion. And that aspect of them is weak. And I think that's something interesting again, because again, we saw there the dragons were so obsessed with the idea of hierarchy. And whereabouts is it? It's over here. I have to look for it. I think around here. They're so obsessed with hierarchy and power that they got to a stage where they were like not even, you know, they couldn't even suspect that the humans could be this powerful. And it's probably the bad way of looking at it as well, because like humans, like again, have numbers, they have passion, and especially if like they're like being, I think one of the, is it over here is supposed to be? I think one of the Dragon Lords even said this. You know, it's like, hey, yeah, we can. Should be around here, I guess, or in this general direction up here. It's like, hey, yeah, we can burn them alive. Their skin can fall off. Their abilities can, you know, mean nothing. Is it over here, maybe? You know, they can, you know, physically we can absolutely destroy them. Is it? Oh, maybe here. Physically, we can absolutely destroy them, right? But they keep coming back. They have so much like strength and power that it's almost terrifying. And I think I can, like, you know, we can kind of see that in like all throughout Natlan, I feel like, right? That's like a very Natlan thing to do. So okay, yeah. So Shakugan, who was the patron, sent this, and Emerald sent in the other information about the other stuff as well. They actually gave me an image of like where it could be. Like they said it was underground. But I just forgot that part of it. So like I was searching around the overground like an idiot, but I think it's around here. Like I think it's gonna show up like right around here. Oh look at it, we're like literally uncovering like a dragon spine. Oh my god, this is so cool. Infused with phlogiston? What? I did not expect this at all.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Gears of the storm.
The wind rises.
Wait. Furnace shell. Like I did not expect. This is so freaking interesting. I did not expect like to fight with this creature at all.
Not now.
It's literally setting off a furnace here.
Squall and fury. Know your place.
Like legitimately, like I love when this game does this, where it surprises you with like some battle or something you didn't expect. I would have never seen this. I would have never seen this whatsoever.
Everybody stand back. Not now. Stars, shine for me.
The wind rises.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Just don't go into your spear again. And there it is. So freaking neat. These are the words of Sovereign Ruler. Okay, so it's another one of the Sovereign Rulers. Thrice damned wretched worms, I wish not to gaze upon such crude misuse of phlogiston, such shameful barbarism. So they were like talking about like the misuse of phlogiston here as well. Had my proposal not been rejected by the traitors, would you have wretched, vile, ignorant worms sing your songs of joy, expend your final breaths wailing for this short-lived reprieve? Is he talking about the proposal of, you know, culling everyone? Soon the Lord of Light and Heat will expunge you all in flame while we in the fires embrace. My king, great and glorious Quetzalcoatl, you alone must not. So Quetzalcoatl was the king. Okay, so I was thinking, because I think maybe I get mixed up because we were talking in the comment section last time about how Nibelung is also like considered a king, but it seems here that like Quetzalcoatl is the king, because that's what I was thinking. Yeah, but I think it's two different kings. I think that like it's the king. Yeah, I think it's like I don't know. It's a different timing thing, I guess.
Following me.
Well, yeah, I was thinking Quetzalcoatl all the time.
Take it and have fun.
There we go. And the other one, I'm having like quite a bit of a blast going through this. Did you feel that shake? Crazy, man. I felt that so hard there. And let's hope that we can make it over to here as well. If you had to see Lolly, we'd be able to make it here, no problem. So we have to clear the abyssal corrosion. Is it in the whole area? I wonder. Okay, let's drop down here. Because it's dropping down from above, right? And we could get here with Kenichi, right? But we need to find a way to get, like, truly get up here as well. Maybe with the creatures down below, there's, like, a way to, like, fly up there? We'll see. Music is absolutely gorgeous here as well. I think all in all, it's just like one of the most stunning locations we've ever gotten to as well. I'm glad I did let it breathe and like I came back to it because oh, here we go. Hello. You want to help? Usually they help out with something, right? Usually if like there's enemies around, we can defeat them. But it seems like there's not that this time. Like there's a bunch of these guys around here, like these little dragon guys. Huh. Because usually to get up sometimes you have to go like really far. Let's get that waypoint over there anyway. You have to go like really far down below. But that's not always the case, so like we might as well check it out. And there's also like some abyss enemies over here, so we can definitely get rid of them. Yeah, there we go. Look. Yeah. Follow the waypoints here. Love that. Love that.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Trying to heal up as well before we get knocked out. Because again, if we had like our yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
Locked on.
I'm just pretty mesmerized by how good this place looks, honestly.
Shadow of the past. Mind to command.
Submit your soul. Sacrifice.
And we can overload them as well, in fairness.
Evil conqueror.
With some Dendro damage coming in from the top as well from this dragon.
Here.
Oh, Mikey. You okay? Yes, Mikey, well done. That's good, right? Is that gonna activate? Oh, there's like a freaking platform over here.
It's a miracle.
And Mikey knew where to go as well. Yeah, we're going. Oh my god, well done, Mikey. Up or down? We're going down? Whoa. Wait. Do we follow you? Yeah, I thought we were gonna fall too. I thought it was like this thing where you had to get off early. It's like forming it's like forming phlogiston as we go. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Do we follow you all the— oh, wait. We don't even need to follow you up there. Let's go. Thank you so much. How do we do this again? R2. There we go. Fantastic stuff. And the way they utilize the Natlin Saurians still so well, even in this quest, is so fun to me. It's so good. Like, such a beautiful idea for using the Saurians. I'm back. Hello. Howdy doody do. Stops. Let's go. And that purifies the abyss. All of these contraptions just made to purify the abyss. It's so freaking cool. It's so cool. And there's more abyssal corrosion in other areas too. Yeah, up here as well. So do we just have to like make our way up there as well again? Or is it like we should follow the path over here because this seems like the way we're— yeah, because we can go up this area. Unless we have to do this. Yes, activate. Yeah, there it is. Yes. Like Genshin will always give you a path. Sometimes I always try to go around the path, and you've seen it happen a million and one times. But Genshin will always give you a path to like move forward, consistently and constantly. They're very good with that stuff. Did Mikey? I thought Mikey was going for that. He did. Or was that me? We're gonna say it was Mikey regardless. Mikey, well done. It was all Mikey. Do you have to follow him over there as well? What? 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 Oh, buddy. Oh, please. Oh, the game's been very nice. Thank you. Thank you. The game's been very nice. He just hopped. They probably knew that was going to happen to somebody. At some point. Right? They probably were like, someone's going to fall off this thing. Someone is probably going to fall off this thing. Hello, Mikey. Is it stranded? So I guess we can go over there with Kenichi as well, right?
You really are a one-trick pony now.
You stranded? Mikey's doing something over here, though. Mikey did it! Hold on a second here. Okay. Listen up for a second here. We need to become a big boy, right? Mikey's so smart. Yes. There's a common chest in there as well. And then we just jump out of this and then it reduces the... That's so fun. Mikey's so smart. Well done, Mikey. And we just follow him up here as well to solidify this phlogiston here. So good. So freaking good. And we got a waypoint too. Mud ball. I love she's calling this like these like powerful things of the abyss mud balls. It's actually kind of cute. Do you have to wait for I'll activate? Here we go. I thought we had to do it ourselves here as well. No, we have to like destroy these? Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And then get rid of this too. It is kind of satisfying seeing the abyss get like, you know, removed. It is satisfying in fairness. Looks so cool. How high are we going with this stuff? I'll take all these chests as well. Thank you very much. Like, legitimately, how high are we gonna go eventually? Like with this, pick up. Oh, that's all we're not even going up. We just needed that. What if we do go up though? Is there a story? Yeah, there is. What if we do go up? What happens? Can we get all? No, we're gonna run. Oh no, they want us to go up here. It's just that I don't think they're gonna let us go all the way up. We're probably gonna run out of no, because we're like, oh no, we are running out of phlogiston. Okay, I thought we wouldn't because we're like literally in like solid solidified phlogiston. Wait, where does this go? Wait, do they actually want us to go up? They do? No. There's no way in hell they want us to go all the way up here. Genshin. No. Are we back down? I think we're back down. Oh. Lovely. I think we're back down here. Okay, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool though. So where do we have to go next actually? Here? I have to talk to this boy as well. We got everything we needed, I think. Do you have any inquiries or do you wish to mark the next location? Yes, 100%. Affirmative. It has been marked. Please clear the abyss. Oh, so we have to keep doing it? Okay. From there, the database may be restored, preserved, and maintained such that the required content may be accessed. Do you have any other inquiries or do you wish to mark the next location? No, we have the next location marked, right? Thank you so much. So is this like is this part of like the, or is, I'm wondering, is this the, should we do this one as well? But,
We go.
but I feel like that's part of it, right? The entrance to the heart of the Sacred Mountain is a newly excavated entrance. Descend into the deepest fissure in the volcano where they're defended by sacred source dragon idol. Moreover, anyone who wishes to gain access to the heart must also obtain a permit. And for safety reasons, only then can you gain acknowledgement of the secret source dragon idol that stands guard. Heart of the Sacred Mountain, also known as Hizupochotoli. Do you have any other inquiries? So that's not, I know if you say this. Reading corresponding content, what records do you need to access? Read me the entries marked creating a source of servants. Show me the entries for humans and exceptional individuals thereof. It's fine. There isn't. Okay, I want to figure out what to do first. I want to figure out what we're doing for the main quest before we get into like more story stuff here. I think legitimately we have to do this quest as well. I think that's what we have to do. And whereabouts is that? Up here? We haven't even gotten to that point yet. But we just have to move over here, right? Yeah, that's not too bad. Follow this path. Oh, can you just get all the shaking of that as well? Yeah, this is a very interesting quest. We're gonna like be learning a lot as we're going forward, but I just want to make sure I'm on the right path because it seems like this is all part of the same world quest, right? And it doesn't seem like, oh, look at the freaking dragon spines as well. All the bones. Like, you realize how big they really were, right? Like, how massive these dragons were. I mean, and of course we saw that with a Pep as well, right? Like, a Pep was so massive, like, Dvalin is massive. It's not like there's any hiding how absolutely gigantic these creatures are. I just needed to follow a path. I think I was going the wrong way in the path, though. That's the problem. Is it over? Am I? Yeah, the path's over here. Okay. Okay.
Adventure time.
Size this freaking... Was it... What are they called again? They're like hilly churls, but they're like big boy hilly churls. Oh, look, we can do this as well. Very cool. We can do a little charge through here as well. Okay. That poor Saurian. What? How do you open up this? Usually like these chests are just open for us, but it's not open today. Oh, is it you? Are you guys the ones that will help me open up the chest? Is there an abyss? Oh my god. Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Volcano. No, not thank you, Mr. Volcano. I just have to keep moving down here then as well. This is such an interesting place because like there's so many dangers around every corner. I don't know what I'm getting myself into. We have to go up this way. Sorry, it's this way. So like I'm legitimately just like always like shocked at like what we have to do here. They give us so many like crazy tasks, and there's so many new like tasks, and there might have been like other quests as well before that I didn't know about. But it's cool to have it anyway, you know. It's very cool to have it anyway, and it also like makes you feel like that deeper connection with like the Saurians that you do want to have. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go here as well.
Okay.
We missed that so quickly, so badly. Look at all these hillagers like dancing for this too. This is not smart to do, but I want to regain some health before we fight everyone. Even though they're only hilly churls, I have a feeling they're gonna get a little bit tougher.
I got him cornered.
So freaking good. This move is so fun to use. I wonder if this is like, the last time we had to like purify with the phlogiston, but here it looks like we're actually doing a battle of some kind. A lot of it's like just like I'm literally just in shock sometimes, just like how like freaking cool this stuff is. But I'm also like terrified at the same time.
If you wish, mein Fräulein. Nice shot as well with that.
How do you get rid of these boys? Do you? Or do we at all? Or just like fighting enemies continue? Oh no. I mean, we knew it was gonna happen eventually. A shielder would be great here, but a boy's probably gonna get killed here. We'll watch his health, and as soon as it gets too bad, we'll switch. Where's the enemy reinforcements?
Adventure time. Teamwork is dreamwork.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Get a shot here as well.
Let's light it up.
This is such like an intense fight. Like I'm actually like really like kind of like worried about this, especially when there's rift towns anywhere. Whenever there's rift towns anywhere, I'm terrified. I'm absolutely terrified.
Reveal thyself. Evil conquering.
Here we go. Okay. Still one of our best and brightest and most beautiful characters ever that we still use to this day.
By royal decree.
Jesus, more enemy reinforcements. There's a lot.
Everybody stand back.
Target acquired.
But like, I think that Kenichi would actually be really good for these guys just because you have like a bit of distance you can keep as well, which is not bad.
Wings of darkness. Come, sever knights.
But I feel like this is gonna go extra bad for us right now.
Let's light it up.
No rest for the wicked. Locked up. Claim these souls.
Your souls in sacrifice.
This is so it's so intense, even though it's only a small battle. It still feels so intense. Honestly, like, I think Vaughn on it would be like, always a good idea because again we have the shield on that team as well. Do you have to destroy these balls as well? Is that what I'm going wrong with this? Or do you have to destroy these in general? Oh, we probably have to destroy these with the yes. No? Maybe? And then this? So we have to do all of it. Okay, okay. That's so fun. Okay, grand. I was wondering what to do there as well. Activate the series. Where's that now? So you've already been granted permission. It's because we already were granted permission. They're like, hey, what do you do, man? So I guess going back over to here. It's so quiet as well. It feels much more quiet. Obviously the music was playing, but like, it's kind of eerie to a degree as well. We've already been granted permission, but still the music here is so beautiful. It's just that even in those battles there, like I felt like very like, I don't know how to describe it because there were so many enemies there and they were like so devastating at times. I like genuinely felt like a bit like, oh, can I do this? But like we actually pulled it off pretty well. I was actually like very happy with how things went, especially since like, we have Xiao who definitely can be like someone who would get destroyed very easily by some of these guys, in fairness. By some of the enemies in this game. In terms of the, what you call them? Oh, we should probably get one of those things, right? In terms of the Rift Towns, because he's losing health. Rift Towns constantly make you lose health. Now, in fairness, we did, like, Kenichi probably, like, was the clutch of the team. Because we had a, and of course, like, Fischl and Benny are already very, very good, too. They're probably two of my most well-built characters. So, like, it makes sense that they're actually, like, not bad at all. In this situation, but Xiao did help also. Like he's a powerful character still. He's actually one of my most well-built characters, I would say. Still, more Rift Outs. Because this is a secret source. Do we have to get out of our Saurian to do this? Oh, we're in combat. Okay, let's go. Okay, that's fine. They're like, oh, it's here doing something. The secret source dragon out of signs here bears ancient signs of abyssal corrosion. Perhaps you should give it a permit and replacement energy. And this as well, right? Oh my god. And we're following this thing in here as well. This is so, like, every single scene in this freaking quest is, like, epic. Everything. Always. Where is that? Where is that? Proceed deeper. Where is that? Oh, the abyss there. Look at that. It's like a freaking, like... You know what's like? It's like a throat leading to a heart, right? It's almost like I know that's not what esophagus look like, but, like, it reminds me of, like, it kind of, like, is, like, this, like... crazy strange passageway here. Do they want me to become a... I think they do. It's really like, can you guys get the two when you look at this place? It makes you feel so like Weird. How do we go down again, by the way? There we are. Sorry. I forgot to do this as well. Holy hell. Where are we ending up? Where is the heart of this mountain? What the frickin' hell? What the frickin' hell? What the... Oh my god, what the hell? What have you entered into? Huh. And... Okay. I'm blown away. We thought it looks like this looks similar to the place that we've seen before, like in but like it's a little bit brighter almost, right? Oh, it's going on the wall-to-wall abyss here now that Paimon thinks about it. The abyss is covering the entrance, probably crawled up from down here, so the abyss is coming up from this space. Oh, chosen the dragons, the power of the blazing fire now rests within you. Go forth and vanquish the great enemy cloaked in shadow. I am so willing to do this. What's this fuzzy warm strength Paimon feels all over? That's a later question. Let's use it to send the abyss packing right here and now. Wow. Man, I am blown away. It reminds me of like the place we saw before. Remember we saw that cat at the time as well? But this seems a lot brighter though. But the abyss is like seems to be infecting this whole area. You okay, Mikey? Mikey's gonna go by himself here. I can't get over how good this looks. Such a pretty freaking location. And look at the way like the sky is like coming up there. There's like a mountain inside that structure over there, and like it's like going up towards the sky. So crazy. And there's like abyss everywhere where you can feel it. So let's head deeper into the heart of the sacred mountain. This is such an incredible location. Such an incredible location. But then again, that like it almost goes without saying a world quest at some stage. You know what I mean? Oh, we have to destroy you. Okay. You know what I mean? And yes, I'm using a different team now as well, by the way. I swapped to this team because genuinely I was like, okay, it seems like things coming up could be pretty tough. And if we have to fight Rift Hounds, I don't want poor Shao having to like, you know, be swapped out over and over again because he's not the best against... Well, yeah, no, with a shield he would be really good against Rift Hounds. But I feel because his health is like, you know, going down low all the time, it might be better to like, you know, just put him, you know, put him in a situation that like he probably is like, you know, better in, I guess. Even though he's fantastic today, I just worry that like we're gonna have to fight like a gigantic Rift Hound here. You know what I mean? Like one of those big gigantic Rift Hounds that like makes you bleed over and over again. Okay, buddy. You know what I mean? And sure, we can use Shao for the next like story event or something like that. I think that's when we use him next. Which I have no idea when the next story event's gonna be, or the next quest. You have to imagine like the next Dane quest has to be coming up, right? But I'm not sure when they usually come out. If the Dane quest came out like in the next few weeks, I'd be going nuts. I'd be absolutely going nuts. Oh, I thought they wanted me to like jump into the area here. No, okay. I guess we're gonna continue to do this throughout all these little abyss things too, so we can just like oh wait, this is one of the dragon things, right? In the sand here. Let's go. Let's go for this too. Very fun. Very fun. And we can just continue to do it too. Destroyed. Let's go. Come back. Come down. Come down. Come down. Come down. I believe in you. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, that's one of those I forget what they're called, but they're called like the dragon things that you like shoot things on. They can like take you places too. They're like really cool. They're really cool creatures. And now we can resonate with this stuff too. Oh god. Let's try and get rid of all of them as soon as possible. Wait. Oh, it's so one hit, so you have to fight them down here. That's nuts. But we can do it though. It's not that big of a deal.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
The wind rises.
There we go. There we go. It feels good doing this, right? It does feel good, like this purification stuff. You okay, Mikey? Like, I'm actually having a blast with it. This place is... Like, the kind of pre-rendered background, the different distance as well, looks so good. Oh, like, made my thing disappear? Okay. Right through here as well. Oh, you're trying to get protected here? It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It ain't working. It's so freaking fun. Like, it's so satisfying. You know? Oh, there's a lot of them, aren't there? Maybe you have to resonate with something again? No? Oh, okay. So maybe it's a boss? Do we have to find some? Oh no, we just have to follow them over here because look at they're building up the different barriers as well. You see what I mean when this quest is quiet sometimes? Like the music can be so amazing and then sometimes it can be so quiet. Like I don't know if that's almost intentional to show like a fallen city, like where like a lot of people died, you know? Let the oh. You build is this like freaking Tony Hawk rap coming up here? I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Very fun. Very fun. So sick. And that purified the end parts of this too? Whoa. Whoa. Look at this location even. Chronicler of the Crumbling City. What's the next quest called? Oh my god, look at this place. An omen of annihilation and final entreaty. Head to the device's center, the heart of the sacred mountain. This looks insane. A finale Emberforge? No. The current story seems to be related to your past adventures. Would you like to quickly go over and view those past experiences? Yeah. Oh my god, having obtained the talisman from Waxula and Oba Khan, you open the path to the ruins of the Sage of the Soul and Flame together with your companion Mikey. Together with your Saurian friend, you each endured the tests and overcame all dangers in the end, obtaining 1 or 2 golden entreaties. And this was the one where we went up into the skies. In order to retrieve the legendary Jade of Return, you and your companion Mikey arrived at the ancient city of Oknanalan. Your adventures take you to the Totania together with ancient adventurer Bona, we love her, who you met in the ruins. After driving off the wicked dragon that attacked and successfully boarded the ship, you gradually discovered the truth hidden behind the Jade of Return and finally retrieved the important token needed to undo the blessing of the Flame Lord from the hands of Okan is laid upon the brink of death. So we have to undo the blessing of the Flame Lord, or the token that can undo the blessing of the Flame Lord. Can I say this though? This is great if you didn't play for a long time. I guess I'm lucky to have played it in such quick succession. So I guess that's the case. I would have loved like an even more in-depth review of what happened, honestly. And I think it wouldn't be bad like to have like summaries of stuff sometimes. You know what I mean? Like and again, I understand that like I also think on the other hand it defeats the purpose of like what is so great about like having a Genshin community. Because for me then like it you know, if you describe everything that happened without like leaving stuff up to interpretation, because stuff is left up to interpretation. I just need to let people know that like the lore video you watched isn't always, and we saw this, I remember with Dark Souls back in the day, you know, Vadi Video would do a lore video and it was great, you know, it's his interpretation. Then Epic Name Bro would come out and do another lore video. who I've said a million times, Epic Gamer used to do YouTube videos, doesn't do it anymore. But I totally got my intro from him, you know. Hello, guys, it's Marcus, also known as EMB. Hello, it's Calvin, also known as Romer, one of my favorite guys ever. But we saw that all the time in the Dark Souls community where, like, one person would come up with a lore video and then someone else would, like, come out with their own interpretation, and both would be, like, so accurate and so, like, reasonable that, like, you couldn't really debunk either of them, and it wasn't about debunking stuff. Because I think sometimes with lore, people want to debunk, right? People want to debunk a lot rather than, like, have, like, multiple interpretations, I think. Which I think is a shame, because I think that what makes Genshin and all, like, lore quests so fun is that, like, it can be up to, like, interpretation, and it can be up to people's different ideas. As soon as it becomes, like, a main thing where, like, one person decides exactly what's happening in the quest, and or one lore video, because that does happen with communities, like, where one lore video, like, that's released by someone can become the predominant discussion on it. Which, again, I don't watch lore videos myself, but I know that this used to happen a lot in Dark Souls, where, like, you know, it was hard to have an interpretation of something, you know, because people would be like, well, no, in this lore video they said this, you know what I mean? This lore video said this, which is fine to, like, listen to a lore video and kind of get, like, that, you know, to come up with your own idea. But I feel like also, like, it's good to, like, let everyone come up with their own interpretation as well. Well, and that's what I love about my community, is that, like, I can, like, say something, you guys can go, well, no, I actually said this before, so maybe that's not that. It's like, oh, that could be the case. We see a lot of comments like that in my comments, was like, could be the case, but I also think could be this, which is always great to have. Let's check out what this is. Worried as heck. Present the golden entreaties of the chosen dragons. This is the token. Ignite the sacred flame to cleanse creation. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Whew. Oh, Mikey's so excited. Look at Mikey. I just hope we can cure Mikey. That's what we came here to do, right? This music as well is so angelic, so beautiful. Gorgeous. Stunning to a crazy degree. Enter the light. Oh. Why is it so fitting that the Wanderer himself, Vaughn, is the one? It almost looks right? It's like that. It's like it fits really well. Oh my God! Here we go. Here we go. Once we're active, we can activate Sacred Flame and cure Mikey. That way he'll be able to grow up healthy, right? Thinking back, we sure have done tons of stuff on his journey and cleared loads of trials created by the Sage of the Stolen Flame guy. We even have a bust up to Okan, that super famous tyrant. Well, he turned out to be Coco in the end. And not as bad a guy as we thought. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And couldn't think of it, all the Sage of Stolen Flame stuff. It's kind of weird. I love such the natural... I know, I just got stopped in my tracks because that's such, like, a fun interaction with Paimon, you know? Whatever, let's go, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's kind of weird, you know? 7 delighted sacred flames of the mountain to cleanse all. The next part of the story is tightly connected. For the best experiences, recommend that you continue to have ample time to complete it. Yeah. I have ample time. I have more than enough ample time. Sorry, just stop me in your tracks because it's rare to get one of those things. Yeah, not a moment to lose. Yeah, let's go. I'm glad the game put that in there as well, though. That was very kind. Don't you worry, come on, let's go. You know what I mean? I'm glad the game, like, allowed us to have that. Oh my freaking God. There's nothing here, how come? Chosen dragons, come forward and face your final test. Is it gonna be like a boss? Of some kind? Defeat the source dragon mech. No one told us anything about all this. Oh my God, what? What? Oh my freaking God. Is that Mikey already broke down his shield? We'll take them all on. Wait, we have to do it ourselves or not as our party. How are we gonna do this? How on earth are we going to do this? I guess we go for the hand, but like I'm not used to fighting with my Wanderer. at all. At all. No, I'm only one person. No! Jesus, man. Wait. What? Mikey's thinking about unlocking us? Can't open. What is happening? What? At this rate, the sword of power will devour your frail body utterly, the one who speaks coldly. So this is, the Sage of the Stolen Flame, right? Oh my god, did they turn a death animation into a freaking story point? I'm stunned. Even so, you surprise me. I didn't expect that you could use the power within your blood to such an extent without having received proper guidance. Mikey's kind of confused. There he is, yeah. Come, accept the guidance of the true sacred flame. Let the power bear you up, rather than use your body to bear this power. Come forth. Long have I awaited you. Chosen of the dragons. So he is the chosen of the dragons. Dragonborn have braved the flame and returned, so I was right about that. And a bunch of us were right about that. Dragonborn who braved the flame and returned? What? As the life floats around you and rampaging within your body, the rampaging power within your body seems to circulate, submitting to some ever-shifting cycle. Your body seems to adapt to this change. It's just like it is just like the moment when you gain wisdom from the liquid phlogiston you immerse yourself in. Countless images flow in your mind, following the circulating power, almost as if they are being reassembled and read out to you. Come, I have something to show you. The speaker's voice seems immeasurably distant, and after that, both your body and consciousness fall into a white abyss. Whoa! Whoa! Open your eyes, descendant of the Flame Lord. So Mikey's been the chosen one this whole time. This whole time, like we were saying. Holy freaking hell. And he is a descendant of the Flame Lord. Which we heard about this before, right? Being a descendant of the Flame Lord, having the Flame Lord's power. I believe this is the second time I've formally met you in this form. My voice is... Wait, what? And my body too, we've changed. Oh my god, Mikey's so big! And my body too. You have briefly achieved the form of a mature dragon. After your powers have channeled with the proper guidance, were that not the case, that savage strength would have warped your form. So we had to become a dragon that was mature? Look at this place. In an earlier aeon, the phlogiston-rich soils that sustained Nalan were regarded by this heavenly reaver as a form of so-called holy soil phenomenon. They cast sky nails down to destroy the land. Wait. So, in an earlier aeon, the phlogiston-rich soils that sustained Nalan were regarded by the heavenly reaver as a form of so-called holy soil phenomenon. So they cast nails down to destroy phlogiston-rich soil? We dragons boast extreme adaptability and evolutionary capacity, but this was used against us. Countless Dragonborn could only devolve so as to survive in the present-day Natlan. So they had to devolve to survive. They had to become something different to adapt. But their bloodline has not changed. So is that what Saurians are? They're like... I think we were talking about something similar to this before, the idea of like devolving... But so that's kind of a confirmation that Saurians are devolved dragons that had to devolve to adapt to live in this world. That's why Quetzalcoatl would not emit. The mark on one's horn would prove. For in the beginning, it was through his horn that the Pyre Dragon Sovereign first transmitted flaming light and wisdom. So, the mark on one's horn will prove, for in the beginning, it was through his horn that the Pyre Dragon Sovereign first transmitted the flaming light and wisdom. So it's from that horn, okay, that he transmitted his power. So the removal of the blessing was a lie you made up, so it can't be removed? Only one of a mission. If not guided correctly, this disordered power would indeed kill most Saurians who bear the blessing. The only question became whether we could control the blessing's occurrence or not. The answer was that we had high chance of success. But you do not speak falsely even so. I didn't intend to use a human to unseal the volcano, and use Xbalanque's oath to have a human bring back the other golden entreaty. Which is why I created that legend in the first place. So it's a created legend to bring us here, and I would not have to name it an honorable tactic. Many are the great human who have died for this cause. So a lot of humans have tried to do this before, they've died too. But you will understand in time that I no longer had any other choice. The so-called chosen of the dragons. So it is both. Both. Okay, grand. It's both. Yeah, that makes sense. People were saying that before too. Refer to both the chosen dragon and the chosen human who bring the dragon here. It's both. Fantastic. Okay. It's just that once you were brought here, the human's duty had already ended. None but you remain to tread the path of final life. So our duty's done. Those words, they ring in my head. Why? Now I've mastered the way of Dragonborn. Speak, a distant thing indeed. From the brute cries of Nalan Saurian kind, and calling the Saurians a brute. So he's able to speak Dragonborn now. And if you willed it, you could have any intelligent being understand your words. Indeed, the phlogiston within your body and the information and wisdom passed down from antiquity through the primal flame would also begin emerging. Holy hell, you're the sage of the stolen flame? Yeah, we thought that as well, right? But they weren't trying to hide it. That is what the humans named me. Waxagulon Ubakan, too, is also one of the many names I created. But Kulakan was, forget it. Those all names will very soon become meaningless. You simply call me that for now. I feel like I've forgotten something very important. Are you forgetting something? Confused? Well, it's quite normal too. After having reattained wisdom being to be flooded by the sea of information. But if you'd like me to assuage your discomfort, allow me to change into a form you'll find more familiar. What, Guru? What? What do you think? Quite convenient, though. Should you desire, our transformative arts will reveal themselves to you. But a thought, though you require the help of some little souls too. Fair enough, forgive me for being presumptuous. That's how the story began, though. In that case, let's start this way too. Sorry, I was kind of... I'm happy with the way I am. Sorry, I'm just so, like, mind-boggled by a lot of this stuff. Anyway, come with me. Man, wait, so, like... So what we're getting here is that our job as the... Look at this, oh my god, the Traveler is done. At least in the eyes of Kulon. This is too fast. This is way too fast, game. This is so fast. I'm gonna have to look over this again and talk about it later after the recording or something. Like, that is faster than usual for some reason. I don't know why. So much really cool lore there that, you know, the Reaver from beyond the skies once froze Kuzikoda in lava. So they keep talking about the Reaver, causing him to fall into a false death. So the Reaver is... Well, this was before Xbalanque though, right? But when the Dragon King Nibelung descended... Yeah, because now he's also Dragon King. Descended from beyond the circles of his world, he was called forth by the Abyss and woke from his long dream. The Reaver annihilated the great Blackwing Lord at a great cost, and at that moment, our fiery sovereign who had been steeped in the Abyss regained brief, tragic clarity. Okay. As he saw it, this realm once ruled by wisdom blazing light now lay shattered. A land once suffused by primal flame was now corroded by dark, cankered and covered in head to toe in sores. So this is the Abyss taking over. Having himself becoming a breeding ground for darkness, his period of clarity ever shortening, he knew not when he'd become lost to senselessness, twisted nothingness. In truth, his final days may well have been restarted as false death, for all the difference it made. All the while, his entire race had become a gaggle of squawking fools. This was what they taught about the devolving and deterioration of the dragon race, I guess. Now that you possess true wisdom, I have little doubt that you too understand how it feels to be a changed being. This is so like, it's just like, it's almost, it feels like a confirmation of stuff we've already known, but like it's like a lot more detailed as well. And so Quetzalcoatl used the last of time and wisdom left to transform the Dragon City once more to create the Tisme, and finally, Hizibukotili. So yeah, explain, so Nalan's Phlogiston's array, that is to say a device that can transform all Nalan into a land of only Phlogiston, or only a matter comprised of Phlogiston. Phlogiston is an atom upon which the information may be transcribed, and itself form a computronium, an element that can be used to imitate the essence of any and all things, through weaving of language. Wait. So Phlogiston isn't yeah, because we saw this, like, Phlogiston was able to give memories and wisdom, right? And here they're saying it's where information can be transcribed. But it can imitate the essence of any and all things through the weaving of language? That's why Phlogiston can take on different forms and even switch between them. And this is also why you could see phantoms at the repair mechanisms in the Chamber of Deliberation. It will burn everything, and all the information will be logged and replicated. This music's fantastic. By the ocean of Phlogiston units. So like it will destroy everything in Natlan, but all the information will live on forever. If this happens. Turning all Natlan into a realm composed solely of primal flame. That's not good. When that happens, the moment the abyss approaches, the astral assemblages created by the primal flame would automatically attach to them, using mutual annihilation reactions to co-sign our shadowy foe to the oblivion. So this is just to destroy the abyss entirely. Scorched earth policy almost. Jesus Christ, it would destroy the abyss entirely, but all the knives and Natlan, yeah, but they'd be gone. We can't allow that. They will die by Huzukotli's hand, or they can forsake their bodies and become pure phlogiston-based life forms. Oh my god, they have no choice in this matter. That's the thing. It should be their choice as well. There should be neither ley lines nor subsistent bodies. The ley lines be gone, we shall own everything, yet never again own anything. We shall be beholden to neither birth nor death. Perhaps even life's meaning shall become null and void to us. I don't like this. While I understand it's like, oh, the destruction of the abyss, everyone will be pure forever, right? They'll no longer have to worry about pain or suffering, and like they'll not have to worry about possessions. They won't be able to have to think about the idea of being born or dying again. But like still at the same time, the people of Natlan are beautiful, and I love them, and they deserve to live. At that time, those dragons who have discarded their bodies and become phlogiston life forms shall become rulers of the new world. That's terrifying. Wait. So dragons will return and become phlogiston life forms? That's terrifying. So I thought so too, when this plan was first revealed to me. At the time, I believed it should come to pass, all life would simply become flickering, illusionary shadows cast by a titanic torch. Having lost our bodies, we will be bereft of any possibility to continue evolving. So he's saying that if you don't have your bodies, you can't evolve any further. But no dragon who serves Quetzalcoatl could refuse his orders. So this is what they're saying, blindly following their king, right? This is what this means then. The idea of, because remember we saw that on the elevator, the idea of blindly following your king. So I sought another path. Perhaps I should don another guise for a bit? Bona? What do you think? Quite fascinating, no? Things such as this are easily possible through proper phlogiston manipulation or iridescent descriptions. I kind of want to puke. Yeah, this is so weird. And is he saying that he's able to become Bona because the information is stored within the phlogiston to the point that like it's able to replicate that through information? And like, what we see here as well is the idea that like, maybe that's how we're able to like indwell with Saurians so much, because like we're like getting their memories almost through phlogiston. What an interesting response. All right, now let's head to Toiletia to search for that now non-existent Jade to return, shall we? Oh my god, Bona. This is such an insane amount. Yeah, there's no way we could allow that to happen though, because while like, yeah, I get the idea of like rebirthing dragons and like making it like, you know, so that everyone becomes like one with the phlogiston. Oh, here they are. So these are phlogiston memories. So these are the ones who followed Quetzalcoatl. I believe, and now they're just memories. They are literally standing memories. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Tonatia. Now that's a fine name. Before the false sky enveloped the world, the city lay beneath it could have rivaled Tolan itself. In those days, while in search of light in the pitch dark outer realms, we set up a stairway. No, it might be more correct to call it a cable to reach beyond our skies. And before Okan spun it around, we have been preparing to leave it beyond our orbit and use it to tighten the sky. What? Cable and anchor the ladder's trajectory. Tighten the sky? Later it was modified to become Tonatia, and was originally intended to have hung higher in the sky, and then my beloved son Okan hid a golden entreaty there. I once thought that through him I could discover how the one seated upon heaven's throne converted the ley lines into a girdle that defends the planet. I believe that once I understood the secrets of its operation. What? Then I could use this method to merge the human and dragon races, allowing dragonkind to use subtler means to resist our great foe, the Abyss. So you wanted to merge dragons and humans to fight against the Abyss. And is that what happened with Okan? He wanted him to fight against the Abyss, but you failed. And maybe that's why Okan is like a failed, not a failed, it's so hard to say failed experiment, but you know what I mean. Perhaps even allowed Dragon more the right to once more glint the truth beyond the skies, but you failed. He desperately wanted dragons to, I think, return to what their former glory was. Compared to the dragons whose souls are more powerful and more uniform, the individual variation among human souls is far too great, and most of them are too fragile anyway. So, human souls are so varied and so vast that it was hard to make it an equation that worked, maybe? Okan, his spirit was like a broken glass. He flew all too close to the sun that he could become one with it. And close he got indeed, only to lose his shape as a result. He was also so alike to my old self, and just as disappointing. Just like humanity itself, perhaps I came into contact with them because I too once shared the frailties and harbor fantasies of overcoming the strong, even in my weakness. And we again, this idea of of overcoming the strong, of hierarchy, of power. And such a fantasy came true once when Xbalanque seized upon Quetzalcoatl's weak point and slew him. A weak point, you say? Quetzalcoatl was the master of the first flame, wielder of all light, heat, and wisdom. He controlled the primal flame and could even plunge his entire body into it. By all rights, at that time, there was no way he could have been harmed. If he had not modified one of his pupils to serve as his control hub for his equality, that is. So who did he modify? Because he had to monitor and anchor reality using the eye, it became his sole weakness. That's how Xbalanque was able to take down him alongside himself. They died together. So wait. I'm trying to read this and see exactly what he's saying here. So the control hub was what became his weakness, is it? Wait, so they died together? Xbalanque was undoubtedly slain at that time, but he was reborn then, and thus became the so-called god of the fire, the Pyro Archon. Holy hell. Perhaps he paid the price for his death delayed, or perhaps this was part of the deal he made with a certain entity all along. Whatever the case, he knew that Quetzalcoatl was, and naturally, my alliance with him through Okan was meant to prevent its activation. Enter then the golden entreaties, the golden control hub that could be used to reactivate this place, split in two between us for safekeeping. What is happening? Is he saying that he wanted to prevent the activation of this system that would cover the whole world in phlogiston? I'm gonna be reading over everything again anyway before we end this video anyway and going back to it. So don't worry about that. There's a lot of info here. This is crazy. Oh my god, all these pieces of information as well. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. And now we knowing them, you know, like fully about what the phlogiston is able to do with those memories and create with those memories. They truly do represent, like, the dragon kind as a whole. It's so weird to see Bona again, but in this form. This is a tower that allows Queens of Quality to cover all of Nalan and anchor its areas of coverage. Most of them were destroyed at Okan's orders, but their fragments served the same purpose anyway. They never imagined that the carrier medium was something far smaller and more delicate to the point that even a single stone could contain iridescent inscriptions. Had they found out my plans now, my plans would now have been rendered impossible. On Tonatia, a place where I stole the golden treaties alongside this place. I once believed that humanity could create civilization still more glorious. After Shablanka's apotheosis, I even thought they might avoid the dead end we walked into. Look at this thing as well. So I decided to give them more time. So he's saying that he thought humanity would be able to do this in the end, so he wanted to give them more time. But too many years have gone by and he believes it hasn't worked. The abyss is still here. None of my tribes have even dared, not since Okan, to establish a united empire. Whoa. So does he not consider what Nalan was able to, like, do with all the tribes, like, as a united front? Until today, they lean on the authority of so-called Archon like a crutch. They're ready to forge weapons to wield and such that the world might be defended from all corrupted dark. So he believes that relying on one king, just like they did in the past, is a crutch. The way of fighting against the Great Shadow still lies in their stale stories of heroic valor, passed from generation to generation. So consumed they are with the past, they dare not risk it all. So he's saying that, like, Nalan's reliance on the past means that they're too afraid to, like, risk everything because they love the past so much. They have such an appreciation for the past lives and stuff. Like, it's so interesting that they're calling upon, like, themes that have already been in Nalan as well. Each time our foe strikes from the shadows, the slowly accumulated fruits of civilization are destroyed all in an instant. And afterwards, there's only an eternal cycle of worse, an inexorable devolution. The time I granted as grace has lost all meaning as a result. So every time the Abyss attack, it destroys more and more. And he's kind of saying, I'm done waiting for this now. Perhaps if I give them a few more thousand years, perhaps several tens of thousands, they will create a glorious shining epoch. But my faith has run out. Oh, he's back as this form. Thank God, honestly. The Bona thing was kind of scared me. And waiting has become a luxury, whether it be for me or this once sealed sacred city. Come, the story's almost at an end. So he's like, let me witness your choice. Mine? It's gonna be Mikey's choice? Chosen dragons, I would hear your answer. We're not having this happen. Not at all. And Mikey wouldn't want this to happen either. Mikey would not be able to live with this. We would not, like, no one would be able to live with this. Right? Where are we going? Over here, actually, is it? No, it is over here. Okay, just up there. Yeah, no, this is all pretty... So it seems like what he's saying is he has waited a long time for the humanity to truly unite and take risks and destroy the Abyss. Create a society that is beautiful and perfect. But it hasn't happened. And he feels as though if it doesn't happen every time the Abyss attacks, and he's right in that sense, every time the Abyss does attack, it takes more and more. We've seen this happen in the Archon quest. Every time the Abyss attacks, it destroys more and more of Nalan, destroys more of its people. But still, I don't agree with the idea of, like, this policy. Oh my god, look at that. And its activation array. Bring it to life. This way our shadow enemy may never gain a foothold upon this place. And afterwards, via the gradual expansion of the Primal Flame's power. Holy hell. Just like when a complete bubble is blown when leaking a husk of an old one. Look at this image even. Look at this. Perhaps the entire world should become free from abyssal poison, but the authority over Primal Flame. When Nalan is fully phlogistonized, the very concept of life will be rewritten. That authority will then return naturally. I just don't like this at all. It's so gorgeous though, this place. Only draconic phlogiston life forms may wield this authority. As such, you can become the shaper of this new world. You can become the Pyro Dragon Sovereign renewed. He wants freaking Mikey to become the Pyro Dragon Sovereign? That means we know of two Dragon Sovereigns, right, that would be still alive, right? In Nervalette and Mikey, if that was the case. Holy hell. Like, they're almost like a reincarnation of, like, Quetzalcoatl's power. No, I suspect that any such rulership would be something entirely new, surpassing your traditional. So it's not even saying, he's saying that you wouldn't even become that. Then you should reclaim all light, all heat and wisdom, bringing all order and great glory back to this realm, even to this world. Even doing so means the end of evolution? Who knows? Perhaps it will instead prove the beginning of a new evolutionary cycle. Stopping on a path leading onward can be another form of bravery, especially when the alternative is an infinite regression. So he believes that because the Abyss keeps attacking and because the Abyss can't be destroyed, the Abyss is regressing the world constantly. And he probably looks at the Saurians as a devolution, right? As we know they do, as the opposite of evolution. Choose, activate, draw near, and then feel. You want me to choose? We can't do this. Oh my god, all the stuff, the journey we've been on. The stuff, oh. No. Oh no, he's seeing awesome Paimon, no. No, wait, Wander, he's thinking about us. And here I thought you wouldn't be able to remember them. He tried to, that's what he's saying, he was trying to remember. And he just remembered us. Oh my god. Never mind how your mind has at least 1,000 years worth of memories within it. I also intend you to make your own decision while having forgotten them. That's manipulation though. That's manipulation. And he's fully admitted to manipulating people, right? He's fully admitted it. He tricked people into coming on this journey. Humans have died to try and make this trip. Wanderer was never meant to have existed here. Though, of course, oh my god, an unknown variable. It was precisely due to his aid that you were able to reach this place. That's the thing. The only reason that this was able to happen is because of us. Once again, we're this unknown variable that comes from the outside. He was ever rather special. It may be that the vagicinization of Nalan will not affect him. It may be. Is he trying to... That's saying maybe. Exactly way to answer this, Mikey. No one knows what will happen once this is activated. Perhaps there shall be no difference between you and me. Perhaps we shall both be destroyed. Perhaps he and the little emissary by his side will live. Perhaps it will not. Oh my god, Paimon is a little emissary. Enough of that. Time is short. We do not have much excess energy left to maintain those of our kind who have already become phlogiston life forms. If we do not obtain the authority over primal flame in time, all shall soon perish. And once that moment comes, the choice itself will be lost. So seeing there's no time, we can't do that. We can't destroy this place. We can't. And we know the cure is fake. We know the cure is not real. Choose, O chosen of the dragons. This is no moment of new life, and also the final entreaty. We can't. We cannot. In trigger sequence, 3 rounds of confirmation will be required to either activate or deactivate the sweeping Skyfire. First confirmation, are you certain you wish to activate? No. No. If we, cancel activation means that cancel. Results confirmed. We're not activating this. We can't. We cannot. The people of Nalan deserve a choice to defend themselves as well. Sweeping Sky for activation sequence has been cancelled. Here's going to cease operations. Is this your decision, I presume? Oh my god, Mikey. My heart started to pound a little bit. Why did you do it? I still believe in humanity, and he still believes in Wanderer and Paimon, and I believe in humanity too. I believe in the Saurians too. The Saurians that fought the Abyss too. I will not put water... Oh god. We're starting already? No. We're starting already. No, what do you mean already? We're like 5 hours into this quest. I will not put water and Paimon at risk. Oh my god. And yet you may not hold the same pride and place in their hearts. I love Mikey so much. Are they not adventurers who roam the world? Perhaps it's only out of charity or the desire to gain treasure some reward that they brought you. He's trying to manipulate. And he's admitted that he does manipulate. Perhaps in their hearts they're even harbingers of grievance against the nuisance you make of yourselves. Roaring this way is that as you do. What they think of me matters little. We love the roaring. You're not a nuisance. Anyone who thinks you're a nuisance is crazy. What they think of me matters little. They are, however, important to me. And that's what really counts. That's true love. It doesn't matter what they think of me, I love them. You have no idea what folly you've chosen or what you shall now lose. There is still time, you know. I will not activate it. I love Mikey so much. There's so much tears. Even if the wisdom and power you enjoy will now fade without Primal Flame's aid. It was the fire I allotted to you that granted you that intellect. Yet deprived of our primal source, we shall merely share the feeblest of flames between two meager matches. He's saying that this intelligence that he just gained will be gone. But I don't think Mikey cares about that. Soon everything here shall cease to exist and you will lose both your strength and powers of speech. How will you tell Wandering Paimon in this world you almost gained, yet in the end lost? They don't have to know of something as silly as this. This is so, like, impactful to me. Fool! You do not even know where they are, nor is there any way back from this place. See, now he stopped being calm now that Mikey went against him. There is a way back to them. Oh my god. Then I'll make one. So beautiful. Oh my god! A pad just opened up! That he's not talking to us at all. What a powerful choice by Genshin there to have him just not even look at us. No, I couldn't do that, and Mikey wouldn't be able to live with himself. And honestly, like, and again, I'm not saying if you chose the other one that you're wrong, by the way. It's just my interpretation, and I have to live with my interpretation and how I see the lore and myself. And I just couldn't do it. But like that stuff from Mikey there, like what a journey we've been on. Like what a, it kind of like reminds me of like Jet, you know, and. You know, not in terms of the story, but in terms of like a character that like is not a part of like the main Archon quest. It's just a character who like we love dearly, who just proves that Genshin is so good at making world quests and writing stories. There's not even an ounce, in my personal opinion, from playing Genshin all in a row, not from playing it year to year, there is not a single ounce of me that believes that Genshin has fallen off at all. I'm still enamored so much. Look at this. So much. Oh my god, Mikey. I'm so emotional right now. Come back. You know what you do. Oh, it's like blocking us. That is crazy. Can we go under? We can. That's such a master way to do it. Come back. You know what you permit. Your folly is beyond belief. The idea of like creating a, how do I say, creating a this you're not as important to them as you think you. Again, manipulation. You are so important. This is such an interesting thing to do, to make a mechanic that has just been a text in the sky now become real. All this time, this has been really in our world. Come back. You don't know what you permit. Or you could use it as symbolic and say that the words are trying to stop him as well. Look at this. Oh my god, this has been so impressive. Well, now with the powers of fully adult Saurian as well. We're about to be trapped. Nothing's happened. Wait, did you save us? Oh, look at him. Look at him. That's Mikey. Rawr. If you go this big, does that mean you've recovered? Could it be that? Be on your guard, the battle's not over yet. Look at these three. Oh, right. And this is that big guy. Look at this team. Look at this crew. Let's go. Let's freaking go. I am in tears, but I'm going to do this battle. Human Saurian is one? You developed an unspoken synergy with your template source. Companion journey your journeys together. Okay, we gotta calm down. When your foe launches powerful attacks, you'll be able to spot their weaknesses and fight back alongside your companion. And there's Paimon as well. Is this what they're talking about? But how do we do that? Do we look up at the symbol there and go like this? Oh, I see it now. I see it. Okay, I see it. Let's go! So sick! Okay, I see it now. That's so sick. We're fighting alongside Mikey. We're true friends. I'm gonna kill the Dragon Sage, by the way, for saying that, once again, Mikey. There we go. Do we have some food we can eat as well? I don't know. I don't know. This is so fun. This is so fun that we're getting to fight with our soaring companion. And Mikey's doing all the damage. Mikey's the beast. It ain't me. I'll tell you that much. I'm giving all the credit to Mikey. There we go again. And it feels so good to fight back with him too. What a freaking journey we've been on with this Saurian. With his music as well. We have to wait because there was a cool... Oh, no, we didn't. Okay, no, sorry. I thought there was a cooldown for a second there. Paimon cheering this on as well. And the shield's back up too. It's actually a very intuitive mechanic. There we go. Is it coming down again? Let's go, Mikey. Let's go. So fun. That's gonna. We have to break down the shield again. I love fighting. I love doing this. I love it. I love it so much. Look at that. Mikey, get him. Get him. Your last hit, Mikey. Go on. Your last hit. Oh, we'll do it together. Come on, Mikey. You can get it. Come on, Mikey. Come on, Mikey. Okay, let Mikey get the last hit. Mikey deserves it. There we go. Yeah, of course you can count on Mikey. Go on, Mikey. Get it. Get it. Get it. It's all Mikey, man. Look at this. Look at our big boy. Look at our big boy. I want to pat him on the back. Big chunky boy. We love a chunker. We love big chunky man. I'm letting Mikey get this last hit. There we go. Mikey's gonna get it. Come on, Mikey. I don't even have to look. I know what Mikey can do. I know what he can do. I know how powerful he is. How tough he is. Oh no, we actually do have to hit along with him. Okay, I feel bad. I feel bad. Okay, my bad. We can do it here now. So we'll do it together then. That's perfect. We're literally doing it together. Yeah, we'll take that. I guess it's finally over. Holy hell, what a fight. I guess it's finally over. Oh, Chosen Dragons, you've completed every trial set before you. This is more of the Natlan colors, isn't it? The Flame Lord's Besson has been dispelled. The curse has been lifted? So we actually did lift the curse. Guess it's finally over. I thought it wasn't gonna be. I was so ready to be so sad about this. Prime was gonna say for you to be a Discord up and big and still yet be safe, Mikey. Sorry, Prime was gonna say for you to have grown up this big and yet still be safe, Mikey. Could it be that fighting was just what was needed to remove the bloodline's curse? Still, the Sage's Soul and Flame weirdo didn't show up not even once. Did you see him, little guy? Little guy, we're still calling him little guy. Oh no, he's saying no. He's like because he's like they don't even know about this. That's such like a mature thing for Mikey here. What's wrong? Were you hurt during the battle? Oh. Chosen Dragons, I chose you after much deliberation. And you have my thanks. Thank you for all you've done. I have always believed in you. It is hard for me to say this, Wonder. Never forget that I love you. What? Was that Mikey? Oh. This game is trying to kill me. Oh my god. No, no! Mikey, what's gone into you? Oh, he's just back to, okay, he's just back to his normal size. Oh my freaking god, my heart cannot take this much. Oh, this whole place is shaking. This volcano about to blow. Let's get Mikey out first. Oh, can't forget his car. Paimon! My hair. So as far as the maintenance functions go, I thought your technical skills could have taken us a bit further. Still, I finally understand how you felt, Quizzicola, my great brother. Oh my god. I now know what it means to come to an end of one's days, to yearn for this one thing done, or to receive the one single clear answer, and to be willing to do anything to accomplish these goals. An understanding now. Imagine you scold me. Why are things I say and do always worlds apart? If I truly wished for a dragon to activate that system, should I not have raised them within the sacred city, teaching them to hate this world? Why did I send them to be by a human side? Oh my god. Perhaps deep down I still wish to believe. But look, isn't it wonderful if it made the same choice? If it made the same choice I made back then, Okan too, for that matter. Oh my god! It's the Okan, Kukulon, and Mikey all, in the end, at some point were against this this idea of killing everyone, right? My king, my elder brother, O Lord, who gave up my life on the day yourself were born, you once said that in my final moments I would understand your desire. But it seems that on this point alone I cannot concede. Well, that was weird. All the shaking in the volcano did was blow off just a little smoke. We ran ourselves silly just for that? Once you had to run, we grabbed you and booked it. Still, you gave us quite the fright, fainting the way you did after the battle. Are you still feeling unwell? Sure sounds like the worst is over. Anyway, so that the Flame Lord's blessed. Oh my god! It's got about Mikey still has the mark on his head because he's so special. Reach out to the little Teptosaurus. As you reach out the hand, he stands up straight in his hind legs, rubbing his horn gently against your palm. The mark, red in flame itself, has dimmed and cooled, and no longer can see in that faint warmth. It seems that whatever power it has gone is gone now. Paimon can't help but feel you were like a bit smarter while you were a bit bigger just now. Now you're back to looking a bit silly. True, but he's our little silly guy. I like him just the way he is. Same. He doesn't have to be anything more than he is. Well, yeah, but still. Who'd have thought we'd remove that Flame Lord's blessing, huh? We might just be on our way to writing ourselves a new legend. In this adventure, all this adventuring's made Paimon hungry, though. Should we go get some blazed meat stew or maybe a little cake? You want to eat both? You greedy little saurian? But today is a day to celebrate, so sure, let's go right now. And that's it. There's a lot that I'm gonna have to look back on. A lot. Because in the moment, like I did understand, a lot that was going on. But I feel like we still are gonna have to go back and are we actually able to go back up there? We are. Okay. Perfect. Where's this? Yeah, because we're probably gonna go talk about the lore as we go get some waypoints later on. Initial thoughts before I go off and because I usually what I do is I go off, I rewatch some stuff, I make some notes, and then I'll chat with you guys about it then. But initial thoughts is what an emotional ending to Mikey's story. I know people are gonna say there's another thing that's happening right now, but I'm saying in terms of this quest line that we're doing right now, in terms of going towards this, a beautiful ending to this as well. And honestly, I had such a good time with Mikey, and to be so emotionally connected to another NPC is just something that I'm so grateful for in a lot of ways too. It means the absolute world to me that we could be get to this stage. Because it is an incredible quest with so many incredible twists and turns. But in reality, the thing I appreciate most about it is that we got a new friend. You know what I mean? And that we got to emotionally have a new journey with Mikey. And we did grow attached to him. There's a lot of crazy story elements to this whole thing as well. A lot of amazing set pieces, locations. Overall, this is one of the best quest lines in Genshin. It really is. Looking upon some of these places was some of the prettiest things I've ever gotten to see as well. Some of the information we got to see as well was so cool too. And all in all, I really feel like we have a quest that was incredible. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and look back at some stuff as well, and we'll talk about all the stuff as we go forward. Just because like there was a lot, and I don't want to. And we're not gonna talk about everything because I will miss stuff, but like we will talk about a lot of the stuff too. I'll see you guys in a second. Oh, looks like we can start off by getting a picture anyway. that's pretty nice. A gorgeous area. Yeah, so a lot of the stuff I'm about to say here are probably going to be repeated from last week with maybe some corrections here or there now that we have a bit more information going on. But I will say it's going to come down. I'm trying to get every waypoint here down here as well. It's going to come down to the idea that I don't know everything. I definitely don't. But I think I have a better idea now than when I was just there. And like this is the way I like to do a world quest. I like to do it all the time. I'll do a world quest. Wait, it's up here? How do we get up there? Interesting. How do we get to that one? Oh, okay, that's here. Sorry, my bad. That's my bad. I was going down below. Yeah, so but like the way I like to do it all the time with world quests, and the way I'm going to continue to do this with world quests, is that I like a bit of confusion. I like being a bit confused. I know what some people might get frustrated by the idea of being confused. I love it. I love the idea of being confused and you guys giving your input and then being less confused. I love the idea of going back over everything and then taking some notes and then being tiny less confused. I love that feeling of like breaking through to some information. You know, it feels very good. And the way I want to do it is always going to be the same. It's always going to be, we're not going to be watching lore videos for this stuff. We're not going to be doing that stuff. And again, it's not nothing against lore videos because, what the hell? What's happening here? What? Okay. And it's not against lore videos because, like, you know, some lore videos can be really cool. I used to watch lore videos as well for, like, Dark Souls quite a bit. So I understand there is that as well. But like I kind of prefer this being a very community thing of us like piecing together some information every single time. It is against the rules, Layla. You're right. You're right. Yeah, you know what I mean? That's the way it's always going to go. And that's the way it's always going to be. So kind of repeating what we kind of like talked about last episode, but I think it's good to repeat everything that we learned over the last episode as well. Just so we can make sure we have good information on that as well. So phlogiston is what we learned is like basically like a repository for memories. It's something that people can have. Oh, they're healing him over here. Who is it? You? Oh, I hate you. And now he's back with his freaking defense. No, your buddy saved you, buddy. Your buddy saved you. That's the only thing that happened. Now he's spinning. Okay, 1 second.
Everybody stand back.
And the idea of phlogiston here is that it's like that we learned in the last episode was like, oh, this idea of like they would submerge themselves in the phlogiston and gain this like ultimate knowledge, but eventually obviously it was used as a defense mechanism here. We saw it being used as a security system, all this stuff, like it was used like that in Natlan. Who are we going with here? See, the rain was actually working our advantage here as well, but obviously at the same time we want them to... Oh my god. Dude. I have a shield again. I bet you do. I make my shield back. Now it's gone. Look what happened. You're right. Yeah, you think about what you did? I'm going to think about what I did. There we go. Are you okay, Hilly Churl? Are you okay? I assume not. Let's get this chest over here as well. Why not?
Take it and have fun.
On the base level, we also talked about how like dragons like kind of like had to adapt to humanity. We talked about there was like this personal grudge that was happening there against like humans. There was always this thought that like we're going to talk about a lot during this talk about how like destruction can bring forth new life, and this is something that's been taught about like in many pieces of media through a lot of different. Okay, are we going to fly? I guess. So, like, it's not just in Genshin, you know, like, this is something that has been thought about for a while, but in Genshin, I feel like it is, like, it becomes, like, a bigger theme, I suppose, as well. They said that what was created here, in terms of what Quetzalcoatl created, was, like, close to a celestial being, which is, like, a planet. There was a worry, basically, that the Abyss was going to take over, like, all of this land, and take over, like, the whole of Natlan. And at that point, they would need more protection, and that's kind of what this defense mechanism was made for. And it was made for other things too. We're going to talk about that obviously in a bit as well. Basically, like the Dragon Sovereign wanted to carve a path for all of his people that would basically make it so that they could, you know, get to a place where they were no longer, I guess, on the brink of destruction, I guess, as well. And there's also the talk about how the Celestial Nail changed the world. That's kind of the basis of what we like summarized last week when it came to all this stuff. We got to see those like awesome Sorry, I was just pausing there just to make sure I got everything on last week done. We had that amazing like conversational stuff, not conversations of the trials and the different documents on those trials and the meetings that the Dragon Lords had. And the Dragon Lords idea is so cool. It's like the idea of these like sovereign dragons who all met at certain points to well, this is such a pretty place, isn't it? All met at certain points in order to... Where are we going from here? Here? In order to, like, figure out something, put someone on trial, talk about, like, an impending problem that was happening, and they all had these wide, varied personalities. But what it showed to me, like, almost instantly with these conversations that was so cool is it did prove that these dragons not only had, like, an amazing knack for building an amazing civilization. You saw what Quetzalcoatl did with this place, Tolan, and amongst the Tonatia as well, right? And also Octanalan, right? All this stuff that's absolutely incredible. The stuff we've seen on the ground, absolutely incredible. But they also had the means of like a trial system. They had a means of voting. They had democracy in a lot of ways in that they had gotten to with the dragons. They had their own personalities and feelings, and they had their own like you know, negative aspects of their personalities that you might not like. They were like, you know, these living, breathing creatures that had their own personal understanding of the world. And we knew this all along with dragons, that they already had this, but it's so cool to see it like in documented written form. And in those documents, we found like a lot of stuff. We found the idea that some of the dragons just basically straight up believed the idea that if you are weak enough to be defeated by a human, cough cough Shablanka, then you do not deserve to even like call yourself a dragon at that stage. You were someone who does not deserve. I'm trying to get all the waypoints in this, by the way. Yeah, I think I said that anyway. You do not even deserve to call yourself a dragon at that stage. Is that here? Can we go down from above? And that's pretty harsh, but like it kind of follows the lines of what we've been learning so far, which is the idea of like how these dragons kind of like focused a lot on hierarchy and a lot on the idea of power. And oh my god, I love the way we can do this. I guess we can't. In the other one with Octanalan, we were able to like go jump down through the clouds, but I guess not here. That's fine. I guess they don't want you to die. How do we get down below then? Oh, I guess from here, right? Yeah. Not there. The map can be hard to like figure out sometimes, but it's cool. Yeah, but these conversations were so enlightening and so informative. Like, they even had like these really complicated feelings on ideas where they were like, yeah, I don't believe that this person is going to betray us, but at the same time, it makes me sick the idea that they would ever like, you know, would betray us. Like, there's these really cool conversations we had there with the dragons there as well. There's this idea of those who soared on majestic wings now squabbled in the dirt. This is a phrase that was used throughout this whole chapter as well, this whole quest as well. And I think it refers to the idea that this idea of devolution. The idea of evolution is a big thing in this quest, but also the idea of devolution is also a massive thing in this quest. And this phrase, I feel like, was said so many times as an idea of like how dragons went from being one of the most feared and powerful creatures in all of Natlan and all the world and all Tevat, to being a civilization that a lot of the remaining either dragons or dragonborn kind of looked down upon it. They kind of were disgusted by the idea that what dragons became, and we see that with Saurians. They are like, we can definitely not fly over there. How do we get over there? From there? From here, I guess? Yeah, we can get over from there. which I think is again such like an interesting ideal. Even though I don't agree with it, it's like some like an interesting ideal that they have there as well. Tolan was a civilization that seemed to have fallen after a battle with humanity. We saw the idea. They told us there that like 2 dragons, at least at that point, had fallen in a battle with humans, and they believed then like these dragons had no business even like being dragons at this stage if they were the one who fell. And some people obviously had some of the dragons had a bit more sympathy than, this is such a beautiful place, isn't it, than the other dragons did. But like there was an idea from the dragons where it's like, nah, they didn't even deserve to be here if they were able to lose to a human in that stage as well. They really, it's like there was a respect for Shablanka that those dragons had. But yeah, there was a fall. Tolan fell in a battle against humanity. It said the 3 dragon princes and the 12 or the 13 dragon lords. And 2 of the dragon lords have fallen. So I wonder if 2 of the dragon lords were considered dragon princes. I don't know if they were separate. But it is interesting to show them there as well. Look how cool this place is, how it floats on the ground too. The sky is going to have a different meaning as well, but we're going to get to that. I kind of like wrote all my notes down in chronological order, so some things might not make a lot of sense, but we'll try our best. Look at that Matador down. We'll try our best to like get around everything. We might stop to talk about stuff as we go forward as well. Sorry it's all jumbled around as well, in that sense also at the same time. So the Great King. I've heard them refer to the king as Quetzalcoatl, and at the same time I've heard him referred to as Nibelung. So I think it can be interchanged sometimes, and like you guys can like correct me and tell me which way it goes with that, and so I can actually understand that a bit better. And I thank you for that, for letting me understand it as well. The Heavenly Reaver. I believe, I didn't know what that meant at the time, but I think Heavenly Reaver, if they're the ones that like helped with the nail, then that would be maybe like Heavenly Principles, right? Heavenly Principles. Again, it's been a while since we heard the name Heavenly Reaver. I think we have heard it before, but it has been a while, of course, and obviously I don't steep myself in the idea of lore all the time as well, so like, again, you can definitely correct me on that too, but like the Heavenly Reaver was mentioned a number of times there as well. They destroyed the lands with the nail, and I wonder, did they destroy the phlogiston land, like the land full of phlogiston, or do that because of the phlogiston? Because phlogiston like is something that contains memories and knowledge, and one of the things we always thought about the nails was the idea that they wanted to not have anyone gain knowledge of the sky above, right? And in this quest, they talk about the idea of like getting closer to the sky and tightening the sky, and I wonder if the Heavenly Principles were like, these guys are getting too close to this stuff. These guys are getting too much information. We're afraid of the information that they're obtaining. Let's make sure that they don't get any more information, right? And I wonder if that is like what they were, why they dropped the nail then on this place too. It could be like, again, I think the dropping of the nail, in my view anyway, was to stop the flow of information. They wanted them to like, it was like a way of like containing information so they didn't find out about the sky. And then in this case, it could be the case as well with the sky as well. They didn't want to know about the sky. They didn't want to also obtaining so much information. Like the dragons having so much information at this stage from the phlogiston to the point that like they were gaining like this infinite knowledge at a time too. And they could also like, gain a lot of memories too as well from the phlogiston. I wonder if there was a bit of an attempt from the Heavenly Principles or whatever to actually like contain that. And that could have been the case there as well. And we're going to get into a lot of stuff here, don't worry. We still have a lot to talk about. It's actually like a lot. It's a lot. I'm still not even done talking about any, like even close to being done about talking about everything here as well. I'm just obviously focused on the fight as well.
Quit following me.
Do I have to defeat you too? That's pretty sad. Or I can just do this. Yeah. So I wonder if that was another like cover-up job, right? The dragons were getting too smart. They had too much to their name, you know what I mean? They had too much. And because of this, I believe then that the land became pretty like uninhabitable for a lot of dragons, or maybe like it became hard for dragons to like live there. So a lot of dragons had to like adapt, and in the eyes of Waxkuluk Khan, he believed that it was a devolution. He believed that the dragons had lowered them. We actually got a lot of the waypoints here. He believed that the dragons had lowered themselves in order to live peacefully. I think we got all the waypoints. Did we? I didn't expect to get all the waypoints that quickly. I thought this was going to be a whole journey here. But they actually make you like go around everywhere. Let's pick a really pretty place, maybe here to like talk or something like that. I'll like go into photo mode or something like that so we can have like a conversation. Jesus, I thought Paimon was flying down to me like in game. Let's see here.
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
I want it down a bit as well. I suppose here might be good. A bit of a zoom out, bit of a to the side here, but at an angle. Maybe there. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So what were we last talking to? Yeah. Okay. So and the dragons had to devolve to survive this landscape. He was always talking about how he created a legend to draw people here, and it seems that like a lot of humans before him came here and didn't succeed in this. But again, we're an unknown variable that was able to like do this. And in this case, it seemed that like he just kind of like got lucky that he found us at the same time. So Wander and us were both like considered chosen ones, chosen of the dragon, and we were chosen by the dragon. He said that the primal flame was passed down and it would have sharded. I hope it wouldn't have. It would have started to show itself within Mikey as he was growing older and he got a bit bigger and he was able to speak Dragonborn. So those like different things that were passed down from Quetzalcoatl would have been like starting to show more of in Mikey, and he had the chance to probably have that where he had like this infinite knowledge and this understanding, which is actually pretty cool too. But I don't know if that's like actually like I'm getting that 100% accurate as well. True phlogiston, you can change forms even through memories and information. You can create imitations of characters, and he did this with Bona and some other characters too. And it seems that like
relax.
Let's see. It was he's a Polotokotli, the machine that he made that was made by Quetzalcoatl. Was made in the mountain that we were in there, the Sacred Heart of the Mountain, and it was created as a way to, I guess, it was like to turn all of, or was that the Natlan phlogiston array? I don't know if that's a similar thing or same thing. It was made to like turn all of Natlan into like phlogiston. And since it can imitate all language and all essence of things, what would happen is that people could basically become phlogiston or die or become phlogiston, and at the same time it would get rid of the abyss, but it would like put a stop to like evolution and devolution. It would kind of put a stop to like a lot of free will aspects too. It would also mean that there would be no more ley lines, and dragons would become rulers of this world. This to me like was something that like I wouldn't have wanted, and I don't know if like this is something that like maybe I was thinking selfishly. Like it's the last thing I would have wanted out of this. The idea that like they would, yes, the abyss would be gone, but also it would mean that like all the people we loved would be gone as well. And I don't think Mikey would ever do that either as well. He talked about like tightening the sky cable and that the ley line was a girdle to defend the planet. A girdle to me is something that it contains something, right? So I wonder if he's saying like tightening the sky cable. Is he referring to the sky that's behind us here in this image right now? And the girdle that's used, and the ley lines being a girdle sounds like they are not used to like give information, but to contain information. So like the way he sees it is like they're not this ultimate information capsule that can like give us like so much information and like contain and have some information in terms of like how informative they could be. It's actually a restriction on information. Whilst phlogiston is this like endless supply of information and memories, the ley lines are a containment and almost like a restriction on information that's given to only a few people and is given, and it contains like the memories of the world, but it can't just be easily accessed at all times by anybody. He was also talking about how human souls are more varied, and human souls basically become this like, because they're so different and humans are irrational, they behave differently, it was really hard to truly contain them in many ways too. And the way that Quetzalcoatl died was that one of his pupils were modified and created as a hub for the machine he was creating down here, and that became his weakness. And really, he shouldn't have died because he was like the master of the flame. But it was true that Chiblanca was able to resurrect him and become the first Pyro Archon. Both of them, it's so interesting to me that like, if you look at both of their journeys, Quetzalcoatl was not supposed to die, and the Pyro Archon was not supposed to live. And they both kind of swap places in that sense, where like Xbalanque survived as this human who overcame a dragon, and Quetzalcoatl died as a human, as a dragon who pretty much like let down his guard and became almost closer to a human with his emotions and his want to save everything. Because that's what it was. He wanted to like be able to like save everything from the abyss. Because and I have it written down here earlier as well.
Relax.
The first Pyro Dragon was born, and that was Quetzalcoatl. He was the first Pyro Dragon Sovereign. And he shaped the city, and he created the Dragonborn. And the first Dragonborn was Okan, which again, I didn't even get that because legitimately the text was going by so fast, which is so crazy. It was a Reaver, I guess a Heavenly Principle, that was the one who froze Quetzalcoatl, and he became... he had a feigned death, a fake death. And it was when the Black Dragon was called from a deep sleep from the abyss. Wait, or was it when he was defeated? Yeah, I think it was when the Reavers defeated Nibelung. That's when Quetzalcoatl awoke, and he saw that the abyss had like taken over, and this is something that, and that his race had become devolved, and that's something he was totally 100% against, and wanted to fix that by any means necessary as well. And he genuinely wanted to like basically destroy all of Natlan, but in the process it would destroy the abyss. It's kind of like scorched earth. It's like this thing where like if you defeat, like it's nuking something basically. It's basically nuking something at that point as well. But the first Pyro Dragon is Okan, and he kept calling Quetzalcoatl his brother and all this stuff. And he didn't agree with this idea either. He didn't agree with what was going to happen here. But he ended up going along with it because he truly believed it was like the only way. He waited very long. He even said to us like, I've waited so long. I've given humanity so much time to like go against the abyss, and they still haven't fully defeated the abyss. And I wonder if like recently the war with the abyss that we had, where we did win, but it didn't defeat the abyss entirely. I wonder if from the perspective of Okan, he saw it as like, well, even in their biggest and highest moments, they didn't truly just destroy the abyss. They pulled it back and they won, but it's not as big of a threat as it used to be, but it's still a threat. And I wonder if he saw them and was like, okay, if that's their highest point, that's their peak, that's humanity fighting together and uniting, well, then I want to carry this out as well. He also did some very manipulative tactics when it came to Mikey, where he made him forget us. And because he thought that was the biggest emotional point that he could have with us was like, Mikey's love for us was something that he was unable to be like measured in anything that he could give him. And in that case, that's what led Mikey to like be like, no, I'm not going to activate this. I don't want to activate this. He even like tried to say that maybe they don't like you. You know what I mean? Which is again a very. I don't think Okan. I think in that sense, not Okan. Sorry, not Okan. Wasn't Okan was the first Dragonborn? I think so. Okan. Maybe I'm wrong.
There's no need to exchange
pleasantries. It was either Okan or no, it wasn't Okan. It was
just to
the Pyro Sage. Sorry about that, guys. Correction. It was the Pyro Sage. That who was the first the first Dragonborn, I think. It was if I called him Okan, I apologize so much. I probably have called him Okan a few times. But Waxahulon was the first Pyro, was the first Dragonborn. And I genuinely believe that in his mind, he like was very desperate at this point. He wanted to like carry out something that like to do this as quick as possible to get rid of the abyss, and unfortunately that's something that like obviously like we couldn't abide by and we didn't want to happen either. And so it ended up in like him kind of like desperately trying to stop us, but in the end not being able to stop us in the end as well. We could also see those ghosts around the place that I think were actually like forms of phlogiston memories. They were like fully formed imitations of the people that were there before, which would make sense why we were able to talk to all those machines as well. And those machines were able to give us like such cool information because they were legitimately, I believe, like actual memories, true phlogiston that were working through these machines also at the same time. The sky stuff is very interesting to me. Like this world was created, obviously, that we're in now, that we're standing in right now by Quetzalcoatl. He was able to create this world. And this world fell in a battle with humanity. And they honestly wanted to destroy humanity. They wanted to cull humanity, not destroy it completely. They wanted to like contain the numbers of humanity. Some people believe that there was no way they could ever fight against the dragons, and that's one of the things that happens constantly. Underestimate humanity, and they will come to bite you in the butt because they're, as I said, they're varied, they're hard to defeat, and they can and have been proven to at this point be able to defeat dragons at the same time. Now I'm trying to see if there's anything else I have to talk about here as well. Let me see here. Maybe over here.
Relax. There's no need to exchange pleasantries.
Yeah, I think I've talked
It's
about a
rather
lot here as
pathetic
well.
To force a conversation
But to summarize,
just to occupy
maybe if I can try and
silence.
summarize it as we're moving around here a bit as well, because I like moving around a bit. It's nice, it's fun in Genshin. This world was created almost like as like a perfect, and maybe I'm wrong with this part, but like a perfect dragon civilization. It fell during a battle against humanity. It was created by Quetzalcoatl. He wanted a way to destroy the abyss, so he created the machine that we saw down below, or the array that we would be able to activate. But it needed to be activated by someone who I guess was the descendant of the primal flame. That was Mikey. But since we didn't activate it, it wasn't going to be activated. The reason why he wanted to activate it was to destroy, to basically turn the whole land into phlogiston. That would then also destroy the abyss. But in the process, it would like leave behind the memories of everybody. And a lot of people could, if they wanted to, could, and they had the power to, ascend to being humans once again. He created a legend, Waxahulan, in order, and this whole thing, when he was drawing us near this whole time, was a fake legend that he created in order to drag humans. Oh my god, this is terrifying. Humans and dragon alike to come here and basically try and do all those tasks that he gave us, like whether it be going to Tornia, like the ship to get the Jade Remembrance and all this stuff. All this stuff that was done here was like a fake trick in order to get me, or someone like me and Mikey to go here as well. It just so happens that everyone else failed before, and as he said, he probably felt bad about it. Like, you know, humans were just dying left, right, and center, but maybe not didn't feel that bad about it. But they were dying because they basically couldn't get this done. But once again, we are a variable that was able to like contain this as well, or able to do this as well. We learned a lot in this quest. I'm sorry that my thoughts are so jumbled. But like, I feel like this is a very this is a information heavy quest. It's an information heavy quest with a lot of stuff being told. It's really difficult to really like put everything in chronological order, because like I feel like I don't even know the full timeline myself. But I do think that there's a lot of like really cool information here and a lot of really sick stuff that was told here. Look how cool this place looks. Like, legitimately looks so freaking cool. But I will say as well, like in terms of like, oh, there's a chest here. Oh my god, thank god. In terms of quality of this quest, this was incredible. The locations were incredible. The emotions at the end with Mikey. I love the fact that like they had a character who was a chosen one along with us, and he like gave up like that's not beat around the bushy. He gave up like ultimate intelligence and the way to become like basically another, like, if I'm getting this wrong, he was going to become like another, like at least kind of like another Quetzalcoatl in a way. Like at least true memories, at least. I don't know. I could be wrong about that too. I have been wrong before and I will be wrong again. But all of this like is a lot of information. It's a lot of really cool stuff. I absolutely adored seeing about the dragon civilization, seeing how advanced it was, seeing all the stuff that they created, seeing how proud they were, seeing that they had like biases and hatreds and loves, and they had different things that they were working on and creating, how the Dragonborns were created, how they saw humans in this quest too, how they, some people hated humans, some people like thought they were pretty okay, some people just like respected Xbalanque a lot too, like how Xbalanque came into this, like why he, oh god, him like executing Quetzalcoatl, what happened with the feigned death, and how like it was the heavenly reavers, quote unquote, the heavenly principle that was able to freeze over Quetzalcoatl and cause that feigned death. There's so much like this jam-packed into this, and I think it all centers around, if you want to sum it up in like one or two lines, this is 100% the abyss changing not just the world physically, but it changes everyone's mindsets. And everyone, when faced with the abyss, tends to do one or the two things, and we found this throughout Genshin as well. It's either this is hopeless and they let it take effect, or there's people that will fight to their last.
You even want this?
Oh! I was like, what is that? Yeah, or the people that just fight to the last breath as well. There's so much information, you guys. Don't feel bad about correcting me. There's some stuff that still confuses me. I have to look back on so much stuff there. There's like, I think this is the most information heavily packed world quest there was so far. So even if you're like listening to my explanation and being like, that sounds a bit off, do not hesitate to be like, no, Calvin, this is what it means, because it will help me a lot the next time we do any type of world quest and anything like that in general. It would help so much. I think we can probably end the video here. and move on with our lives for a bit, and then see what we're going to do next in Genshin. I adored this. I adored this quite a bit. It was such a cool quest. It's such a meaty pieces of lore and information about like and again, the things I get mixed up with the most, I think you guys to be honest here, is like the names and the titles and the kings and the princes and the dragons and all this stuff. It's something that's easily mixed up for me because there's a lot. There's so much. And of course I was just thinking like, was that Mikey who said I love you in the end? And I'm going to like pretend it is even if it wasn't him in the end. But I just want to say that's a really impactful moment. And the reason I didn't talk about it there because like afterwards I was like still unsure if it was him. I was trying to find like information if it was, but I think like that's what it definitely was maybe. But it meant a lot to me because the journey we went on with Mikey was so impactful to me. It really was. And the idea of having him there in any, context always meant so much to me. And like, just like with any NPC, it's like I said earlier, like having an NPC with us like Mikey really just did feel like it was like that time with with Jet, right? With Jet. It felt like another NPC that we could truly connect with and grow with and learn so much about, and then like find like a new party member once again. And that scene right there where he says like, if that is him, he says I love you, is so impactful just because it shows that bond between us and him, but also us and the Saurians, and how modern Natlan is such a beautiful place to live for Saurians and humans together. It's amazing. I also want to say a thank you to you guys and my patrons. I don't ever have to look up things, which is absolutely fantastic. Shakugan and Emerald sent me pictures of where to find that beautiful information I found today, whether it be about the trials and the information about how the dragons felt about certain humans in certain situations, and the battles of humanity and the princes and the lords. Like we found out information, all that information from the pictures that were sent to me by actually Emerald and Shakugan. I thank you so much for doing that. But it's all my patrons. I need you guys to understand, I don't need Google. I go into the Patreon and I post something, and then we get the whole community effort of you guys then coming into the comments telling me out too. I literally have never had to look up stuff for Genshin because all the freaking time I literally get help in the Patreon for spoiler-free stuff, and then I get information from you guys as well that's spoiler-free. And all in all, I come away every single episode of every single Genshin series every episode of Genshin more informed, and that's all thanks to all of you, and I thank you so much for that. Happy and blown away with this quest. There's a lot of information that's still probably like on the floor for me, but I've had like a such a good time, very very such a good time, and I want to say, first of all, thank you to my Never Gonna Play the Baby Gangster on Patreon. That being Tyfire2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Ewald, Radish, Nusa, Death Trap, Lynx Markey, The Assassin, Shakukan, Tree Marina Butter, Peter Shelton, Heck, SRVG, Leon, High Casparian, and Jared Beanham. And also, I've been saying it all week because I might as well advertise it. I have no shame in advertising it. We have added new paid member tiers on YouTube. So if you want to get your name down in every single video, you can do that at the €15 tier. And if you want to get your name in the credits for every video, that'll be there too. And that's the 2 perks that we get. You can go on a lower perk if you want. That's fine too. Like there's chests over there too. Like it's all helps and stuff like this. And like I have no problem saying this. I'll say it to you guys because again, usually people who are like watching the World Quest like to this, if you're here right now listening to this right now, chances are you're pretty freaking dedicated to the channel. You know what I mean? Chances are that you like this channel and I appreciate it so much. You know what I mean? So I will say that like definitely 100%. Patreon and YouTube memberships definitely help with stuff going forward. It usually just means that I don't have to like worry about like all the time playing something that's super hype. You know what I mean? We can play whatever we want basically. But also there's no pressure. You give whatever you can or whatever you can't. Even your comments and your love and your support, all this stuff, I feel it too. So that's always good too. So whatever you can support, it doesn't have to be memberships, it doesn't have to be anything. Whatever you can support is always very meaningful too. Because when I get a comment of someone that's just like, I love this quest, that's great. That's freaking great. You know, that's your beautiful contribution to the community. You're in the comments. And if people don't want to comment as well, I want to make it clear to you guys, if you're like, oh, I don't comment, I feel bad now. Don't worry, I can feel your spirit. Don't worry. I can feel it with me. I can. See you guys very soon. Bye-bye.